Oh my goodness, how is every little thing going right now? The markets are closing right now and we want to be able to cover exactly what's going on. So thank you so much for having a little bit of patience for me. I needed to be able to eat some food today. So we are right here, gonna zoom in a little bit so they can see my face here. We had a GameStop hovering around that 25% up and AMC just a second ago pushing above that $10.38 resistance and then finding its way below it again. If you guys are curious about my thoughts about AMC and GME, I think that these two levels of resistance, this 245 and this $10 range, is going to be where we're going to be stuck for the next 10 minutes of after hours. Let's go. Where is the professor? Here he is. How's it going, guys? Quite Perfect says 375 of us and only 35 plus likes. Hit that like button and sub. Let's go, guys. One of the things that I do have to note is that we have been bouncing up and down for a good amount of time. And hey, it's Pixel. If you guys remember, Josh from a previous interview that we did with him has actually come out with some thoughts in the German community, and this is the English translation. I want to be able to cover it here. We have some actual ideas from Josh. Oh, this is actually backward. That was because we had Trey on the show a second ago, and this is what we are covering here. As the markets are about to close, I will read over what his thoughts are about what is happening with today's squeeze and why it's not not happening the velocity that we want it to happen. Of course, everything good takes time, but this is some fresh new DD from Hey It's Pixel. He is currently just in the German community, so that's why he's not making his rounds in the English communities here. Hey Andrew, been busy all day, just logged onto your stream. Look, GME looking good. I do agree. AMC is up 12%, GME is up 25%. That's on top of 40% the day before. That is humongous. We are honestly looking at some pretty nice numbers all throughout, and a lot of new resistances and supports, and the reason why we are seeing some intraday bumps but not the full squeezes that we are seeing hopefully can be explained by Hey It's Pixel right here. The reasoning. So what we're seeing here is not yet a gamma squeeze or a short squeeze. People are buying GME because they're so slowly coming around to the idea that this is not a pump and dump and more concerned with the fundamentals of GME. It's kind of like poking the bear and seeing whether or not anything happens. People are still skeptical of exactly what is there left to do. They got a very big boost from the news that Cohen is like to become CEO. Subsequently, GME has shot up around $160 to $130 to $160 in the pre-market as a result. A few minutes after the news was released, the stock went from $135 to $155 within a few seconds. This supports his theory for March 8th. Throughout the day, we have seen a healthy and steady rise from 160 to 194, and between, they already kissed 200 and 210. This is back in the yesterday when it closed at a couple days ago when it closed around 190 plus. Yesterday it did close at previous close 194.50, right? So this is news as early as yesterday in terms of close. In between, we have already kissed 200 and 210, but both fell back. The first time that a giant sell wall at around $200, and the second time was a short attack. They think the same thing happened again today. The price went up immensely in the pre-market, up to $245 $245 and then dropped back down to $220. Just a lot of people bought into GME here because of FOMO and some paper handed and brought the price back to $220. Still, we've opened at about a plus of 20%. The one rise from $220 to $224 at about 10:30 a.m. was into a tiny little mini gamma squeeze brought about market makers buying shares to allow options to be exercised. We talked about delta hedging in the past. We even talked about it with Trey just a few seconds ago. So that is what is happening here. We are looking at AMC pushing, and AMC is pushing to brand new heights. Is that so? A high of 1077 that was just accomplished. Maybe this was a previous high, but 1050 is just pushing on that daily high. We are seeing a rise of 13% on AMC. It may be a big market maker move right before the markets close. And almost 1,000 of you guys that are watching, this is exactly what we're here to talk about. 5 more minutes on Power Hour before the markets close today. We will be chilling in the after hours and talking a little bit about the DD that we have covered today, as well as a lot of the information that you guys are still looking for. The real gamma squeeze is yet to come. We are reading some Hey It's Pixel DD that he wrote in German and making the English translation here, so that make sure that you guys are getting covered with the Nostradamus of GME, the man himself, the legend of calling GME on March 19th as the squeeze run up. As in the run-up from $200 in the pre-market to $245, over 25,000 options were in the money. So that is times 100, right? So that's 2.5 million shares. This will still require massive share buying either today or tomorrow, especially if we close above $250 today. So we are looking at a lot of shares that are going to be in the money if we close above $250, right? Over 245 alone have 2.5 million shares, right? And if they exercise, that's going to be a lot of buying action, which is going to continue to snowball that price action upward. GME currently is still trading at 243.72. So if it doesn't close above 245 today, then that is going to put a downer on this theory. This will still require massive share buying either today or tomorrow, especially if we close above 250, then just under 14,000 to 15,000 options will be added to that. So if you convert the increase from today alone, around 4 million shares would have to be bought for today's options. Add to that the countless options that were in the money on Friday and yesterday. So, conclusion time, and there's only 4 minutes to spare, so you guys, let's get some gorillas and scissors in the chat for our man Josh, the 21-year-old lawyer who made a ton of free research for you guys so that we can learn more about when the squeeze is yet to come. We have the $20 jump intraday today was a tiny glimpse of what is to come. The rest of the people who see long-term value in GME right now or are buying FOMO because of the squeeze. So, things are very quiet right now, and there is a steady but still significant rise. Right, we rose 40% the day before, 25% it's seeming like on the day. We just rose above 245. That is not only a level of resistance that we have been just kept underneath the entire day, but the last minute action is the most exciting. Of course, we are seeing less than 40 million volume. So where is all the volume? Well, this is exactly what is happening. Josh says it's very quiet right now because there are people who see long-term value in GME who are buying because of FOMO due to the squeeze. Why is volatility not as high as in January? In January, the situation was unique and unprecedented. Many sides were unsettled, certainly including hedgies, and therefore there was a lot of FOMO buying, panic selling, and a small closing of short positions, only to move them into ETFs. All that made for gigantic swings, and that's exactly what's not happening anymore right now. And look, we are also pushing hard. We just made a new high of 248 before 3 minutes before Power Hour is over. Markets are about to close in 3 minutes. The hedgies don't have a final card as all of their back doors are open, and many people know how the game has been rigged so far. People finally have diamond hands and don't sell out of panic, even if the price just drops $30, because they know that the rebound will always come back and will be even higher than the price the dip started from. So this is all credits to Hey It's Pixel, Josh the man himself, saying how many options are going to be in the money. That's 25,000 options in the money over 245. And if we go close above 250, then just under 14,000 to 15,000 will be added on top of that. 4 million shares would have to be bought for today's options if we can push just 75 more cents. Well, our daily high currently is $249.50. $249.70, 80 cents now, just 6 16 cents more to push it above 250 for the day. I know you guys have getting the scissors in the chat. We are pushing right now. Only about 1 minute left on the day, and we are seeing a high of 249.85. Right now, we are seeing major price movements up and down. You guys saw that we have less than 40 million in volume. We are pushing hard, and we are trying to make the additional 15,000 options to become in the money. We're looking at 4 million shares that are going to have to be necessitated buying action, and that is going to jump us up even more. AMC is also struggling at the exact same little dip down onto from a high of $10.80-ish cents to now hovering around $10.50. There really is only about 30 seconds left in the market. The GameStop saga is now at 245, and we are continuing to push. 245 is now the number that we have. Over 25,000 options in the money. If we can push that above to 250, that would be not only an unprecedented 30% roughly up on the day, but we are now seeing double digits, 40% on the day before, 30% on the day today. That would be incredible. And it seems like the markets are closed. After seeing a high of $249.85, as the markets close, we are not above 250. That is okay. That is only an extra 14,000 to 15,000 more options that would have been in the money. We still have a solid 25,000 options that are in the money. That's 2.5 million shares that must be bought. I thank you guys for coming and chilling with us. Woo, that was crazy. Every day, at the end of the day, we are really trying to push, and that is one of the major things about this community. And we've already had Josh, Hey It's Pixel, come onto the show before, and we have a serious post-mortem to do about his DD. If you guys are just joining us, welcome. Market is closing. Sorry I'm late. I do have a full-time job, so I did have to make a couple of meetings, but now we are here and we are going to talk specifically about what Hey It's Pixel has thought. Now, he thinks that there is not a ton of volume today because of the amount of people that is concerned about it being a pump and dump and concerned about the fundamentals of GME, right? This is a lot of what is to come. We are looking at a lot of what is to come. At the end of the day, GME currently has it is now actually above 250 in the after hours. However, we were looking for that action before after hours started. After hours may be very kind to GME, but we were hoping that it would close above 250 before markets closed. GME and AMC are both looking fantastic after hours right now. We have AMC closing at $10.54. That's 13% up, looking very nice. And we are looking at 130 million in volume. That's very close, if not. I think that is actually significantly more than yesterday. It was only 110 million volume. So AMC had its day in the sun today, and it had a low of $9.22. So a large amount of volatility, even had almost a chance of closing negative, but it was green most of the day and now has closed green as well. Seems like GME was green all day, had a low of 208. That was still up on the previous market close of $194. And today it had major growth, up 26% on the day. That is on top of the 40% that happened yesterday. So that is nice. Very nice. A couple of thoughts about GME. Well, Ryan Cohen is still in the news. Ryan Cohen, per whalewisdoms.com's last report, owns 10% of the GME stock. So if this stock truly does moon, he will become the most wealthy man, the first trillionaire, perhaps quadrillionaire, when GME finally does moon. So he's sitting at 9,001,000 shares, 6.5 million more shares than the CEO, George Sermon, who sits at only 2.5 million shares. That is crazy. He has almost 300% more shares than the CEO of GME himself, which makes a lot of sense why he might be slated for the next CEO position as well. Though boy, oh boy. If you guys are joining us now, we were covering Hey It's Pixels DD about exactly why we are seeing some sluggish movement today when it was supposed to be part 2 of this squeeze in question. And as of right now, we are going to start a technical analysis of what we should expect to come. We saw a serious amount of indicators that were statistically significant when correlated with the actions on January. And now that we see that it honestly is the fact of the matter remains that GME is in an incredibly precarious situation compared to when it was in January. This is why people are trying to say that this is the beginning of the squeeze, the beginning of the end, let's say. Good day in the market overall, says someone somewhere. Saleshi, Yoshida, Skeet, DJ Clout, W. Let's get those W's in the chat. Oscar Perez, and Happy Monkey, David Getchell, and somewhere again, Tom Evaldson, Moto Dude, Spehar, and Dave, and I'm Creed HD. Yes, we are making it rain right now. We had made pretty significant action in terms of the price movements today. And in terms of the action right as after hours started, it was pretty significant in terms of the bullish movement that we had here. Now, if you guys remember, we do want to zoom out and do a little bit of technical analysis. What we did see here is a pretty bearish pattern here. When we started with $10.36 for AMC, we started noticing, let me get rid of the screen. We started noticing that AMC started this bouncing pattern like a ball. If you guys watch Matt Kors, this was the ball analogy, like bouncing. The bears are overtaking the bulls each time as we meet new levels of supports that are lower, and even turning supports into future resistances. This was essentially a ball losing potential energy as it bounces lower and lower. As the price crosses the VWAP, we saw that the exponential moving average and the simple moving average are crisscrossing. It means that there's a good amount of volatility here. It means that a good amount of AMC is not being accounted for in terms of the fundamental analysis that we usually do. And the point about AMC right now is that a price action that is all over the place started when we were able to make it past 2 levels of resistance today and safely stay above that $10 range. Now, AMC closing above $10 is a big feat. Let's not mince words. AMC closing above $10 is huge. If you guys wanted to hear what Trey's opinion on AMC closing above 13 by end of week, I'm clipping those up, turning those into videos, and I'm about to publish them later. Expect a huge amount of videos from that live stream with Trey because he has some great answers for you. Now, in terms of GME, let's move on to the right side. We got right chart, we got left chart. GME actually ended up seeming like it was bouncing upward. We have that momentum of this sideways trading. People are afraid. People are saying, okay, I don't want to be FOMO, but I also don't want to be an idiot. So they're just testing the waters, right? Seeing whether or not GME currently is a pump and dump. It does not seem like it. Of course, if you've guys done the after hours analyses, pre-market indicators, and finally looking at all of the research we've done on this channel, we understand that GME and AMC are one of a kind, not pump and dump behavior. We noticed that when it hit a significant low at 230, that was supported for the rest of the day. Now this action of hitting the resistance for the day at 245 and then trading sideways until we started losing momentum here was a bit of a risky play, because when we started to come below that 230 limit, we were afraid of whether or not it was going to start straight falling directly to the next level of support, which is at $220. That would have still been green for the day, but it would have been a major setback actually for the price momentum of GME, especially since the volume today on GME did not have it. Yesterday it was all the way up above 60 million in terms of volume, over 50% on the regular day, and today we are not seeing that volume. And remember, volume is king. Volume is the kingmaker when it comes to getting GME and AMC to the levels that we need them to get to. Now, the beginning of a GME story was hitting the 238 resistance early in pre-market. If you notice here, this is when I drew the level of resistance. So if you guys follow the live streams as early as the market opens, I actually start streaming like 45 minutes before the market's open, we would have seen some serious indicators that this would have been the line that supported GME right there. And then if I were one to do price predictions at that point, I would have said anywhere from this level to the next resistance level, maybe around 10% up. So I would have said somewhere between 238 and 250. And this is exactly where GameStop ended up. We noticed that it did not waste any time to start pushing up against that resistance, and at around 10 o'clock EST, it pushed past it. And when it was rejected at that price at an even higher level of resistance at 245, we basically knew that we had them by the cojones. We basically knew that once we were able to pass up over this resistance that was already met once, we were in good shape. Passing all the way down to the level of support here at about 220, that was when we saw basically all of the price movement that could possibly happen today. Passing through this level of support and resistance meant that this was basically bounded at 245 and 220. And let's see if this was true for the rest of the day. It was. It actually continued to stay pretty tightly hugging this level of resistance, 238. It did remain a level of resistance for much of the day until the last few minutes of after hours when I popped in. Maybe I'm a lucky charm. At the end of the day, it did rise above that level of resistance and actually exceeded the previous the final boss level of resistance at 245 and closed at a 246. Now, if you guys arrived a few minutes ago, you would have known that Josh, or Hey It's Pixel, has a statement about what he was hoping for. He was hoping in the German community to see above 250. That would have added 14,000 to 15,000 options to the 25,000 options that were in the money today. But that still necessitates 2.5 million shares of buying action, and that is something that is going to make major tendies for us as that snowball continues to gain momentum. As much as we love Josh, we also care about his privacy, so I will be talking to him about board games and only briefly about whether or not he is planning on doing another interview, of which he is 100% welcome to come on anytime as he pleases. Okay, Gosu Ballardin, the brand new mod is in the chat, so go ahead, guys. Ask whatever you want, but keep it civil. Let's see. We got Couch Gamers GME call options at $750. Let's go. Oh my goodness. Let's see. We got YK Choi. When is the next GME SI report? They actually come out every 2 weeks, and the last one that came out was, you guessed it, 2 weeks ago. Oski Momo, the next support level after 245. GameStop does not have a solid next level of support or resistance. Guess what? The last time we were at this high of a number, we were all the way back in January, when the turbulence between levels of resistance and support were way far and in between. And that is something to keep in mind when it comes to making a clear-headed decision. Why do support and resistance even work? And actually, after hours, look at AMC pushing that 1077. That is pretty insane. Why do we even have support and resistance? Well, one of the most important pieces of the puzzle right now is understanding exactly why the market tends to repeat itself. It's like history repeating itself, but the market itself is a beast of many people working around the same questions. Like, does the stock deserve to be above this price? Does the stock deserve to be below this price? When a stock is bought too many times, it ends up risking the shot of it being overbought. And the same thing, if it gets sold too many times, it gets risk becoming oversold. The easiest way to tell whether or not your stock is oversold or overbought is with the relative strength index, which is a line that we always have as an indicator. This teal line that shows us if above 70, it's a lot of buying action, could be overbought. Below 30, that is an easy way to tell if it's oversold. And that is something that has been told to us as old as time, whether or not a price that originally was hard to beat, like 238 for GME, ends up actually being a price that GME cannot fall beneath. That is when a level of resistance becomes a new level of support, and that's exactly what we like to see. GameStop currently is at 253 after hours. That's up 2% during after hours, on top of the 26.9% that it was already up on the day. AMC is looking mighty fine as well, as both of these stocks are making brand new highs. AMC has just pushed $10.84, and it will be very exciting to see if it can push past this level of resistance here. AMC is not seen as high highs as GME this time around. They both started seeing a minor squeeze in terms of gamma squeezes back a couple of weeks ago, maybe a week and a half ago, and AMC has already gotten very recently up to $11, but was rejected at that point, which means that is the next level of resistance that we want to be able to see it crawl to. Right now it is almost halfway there, more than halfway there, beyond the next level of support at $10.30. So we do want to see AMC get up there. Trey also corroborated that story. This is exactly where GME and AMC are supposed to be headed. Rosa Deza, another super thank you so much. We closed above $10. Thank you, Meatball, for the good luck you are giving us this week. Let's continue, Meatball. Thank you so much for all the good luck. You don't know how much we appreciate you. We also appreciate you guys smashing the heck out of that like button. Look at the top left corner. Brendan, he said if we hit 3K likes, he will buy another $5,000 in GME. He made good on that promise. So you guys also make good on the good faith effort of getting this message out to as many members as possible, right? Getting this to out as many Moon Platoon members as possible, Mo Mafia members as possible, the Merengatangs, and the Momentum Makers. Look at this list of people that are going to put their money on the line to support the stream. I really do appreciate all of that help. Jake Howden, another super thank you so much. Let's go. Just as I said, doubled my AMC position. Currently have 120 shares at 850 average. Mo money, Mo tendies. Jake made good on his position. His promise right up here. He was right there, and he did. This is pretty momentous. I'm actually gonna have to capture Jake right there. Thank you so much for giving us a little sense of how dedicated you guys are to this idea. As always, I have to say that this is not financial advice. This is just an idea of exactly how we expect to fight the hedgies. There's a lot of different things that you should focus on for tomorrow. Let me pull up a couple of the thoughts that we have in terms of DD, and then you guys can be going on your way, knowing that tomorrow is a brand new day and there are going to be more tendies to be bought. AMC is currently trading at $10.50. That's lower than its lows of $10. That is where it closed, and the actual price is $10.80. And we are looking to see whether or not it is going to push past 11. Scott Bronder, just because, thank you for your just because super chat. I do appreciate that, just because. Okay, so we are having Gosu answer questions in the chat. Thank you for being a great mod, and I'm going to try and find a little bit more on the DDs that we talked about in a second ago. Let's see. Fabio says, congratulations on not bag holding anymore. I actually have surpassed my average price on GME now, so you guys did really come up for me. I appreciate that. Now it is time for us to come to you, those of you that bought above $300, bought above $400. It is time for us to make sure that you guys are no ape left alone, no Moon Platoon member left alone. We are not going to leave you. Let's see if we have just a little bit of GME information here. There was that someone did mention during Trey's interview that there could be true short interest anywhere from 250% to 1,000%. 967 is the exact number. That is pretty huge. It's every time we see something as crazy as that, we do want to take it with a big bucket of salt. So let us make sure that we at least give it an eyeball, and then make sure that you do your own research as well. So I'm going to pull this up on my left, and we are going to talk briefly about it. So we have the WallStreetBets right here. interest in GME could be anywhere from 250% to 967% of the float. So my wife's boyfriend, who has no Reddit account and wishes to have no association with you, has been doing some maths in an attempt to back solve short interest using short volume and trading volume. The base idea behind his findings is that any short volume over 50% cannot be 100% covered that day. So he just thought, how much can these short boys actually cover if all shorts open were intended to be covered? Here's the spoiler alert. Reveal spoiler. Shorts are more fool than bears. They have been freaking the freak out about this. I am the belief that as of this point, FINRA said the truth about SI percent being 226% on the 15th of January. Thank you for the super essential hard worker. They have 750 shares of AMC at $8.50 a share. Like what seeing, I won't lie, I was doubting but held anyway because I'm a math guy, so decided to hold because math adds up for a squeeze. Thank you so much. Be careful when you're disclosing your positions, because that could give fodder to the people that we're trying to fight against, rage against the machine. The machine is listening. So this is a PSA about opening up your positions. Okay, so at first I had thoughts that would be interesting. I'm making sure I'm taking a look at after hours right now. Okay. It'll be interesting to see if how much I have covered if 100% of long volume transfers went to covering shorts. So I got an idea. Let me manually import the short volume data since this 15th and see where this could go. So they're doing their own messy back of the envelope calculations right here. From Yahoo historical data, they got total trade volume, days closing, days lows. Then they calculated this: total short volume SV plus SEV, short long volume SV percent, off exchange volume, and short overflow. They realized that this also cost them a ton. So as they said, if they covered through calls, then they, as an extreme minimum, paid $40 a share for them, and only would do so when GME was on the way up, as it would be a waste of money otherwise. Thus, they made a minimal cost of off exchanges as OEV times $40. If they covered through long volume on market, then we would be able to estimate that conservatively by comparing the day's low to the daily long volume. Then he came to the conclusion of the data. They wrote down the FinVis float, the SI percent from FINRA, and derived the short volume at the same time. Now, you guys like doing math for fun? This is exactly how we're doing. We're just doing math for fun right now. Table 1 shows how many shorts there are at different intervals of covering on off market and on market. Table 2 shows the cost of doing those coverings, and Table 3 shows the new SI percent. So in conclusion, using their own data that they put together, if you can trust it, they're able to derive that 500% SI was being passed around would cost short sellers $25 billion theoretically. The maximum SI percent can be 942%, and it would be literally impossible for it to be under 200%, as it would be too costly. They believe the SI percent is over 600%, as I believe there will be certain companies right now when they could, spending $10 billion at most between them for covering. So this is a pretty wacky story, especially if you know that doing your own calculations is going to be different in the eyes of every single actual institution that does their very standard and trusted calculation. Of course, this is all just how a human being can change their calculations based on what they think is the right calculation. So take that with a big bucket of salt. Josh, what's going on? Thanks for all you're doing. The short interest went down for AMC. Why is that? The short interest went down for AMC. Let me see if I can go to AMC stock, because most of the DD I've been chasing is for GME. I hope you're not the Josh, because I can't remember if Josh has a different profile picture, but we just covered Josh or Hey It's Pixel with his German analysis in the German forums. He hasn't posted in the American forums or the English forums yet about his ideas. So we also have a technical analysis that we did for strong buy signals. We covered that earlier today, pre-market, but we also want to cover it now in case you are some hardworking apes that couldn't make it to the morning live stream. I also want to go over this, but the first thing is, before I go to that, make sure you have already slammed that subscribe button and that notification bell. I know some of you haven't. I know because you wrote it in the comments, so it's time. It's time to get your meatball sub down below and join the NBA, the meatball army. Okay, without further ado, let us make sure that we all understand the buy signals here. I hope everyone is fresh for a new day of holding, blah, blah, blah. Here are the technical points, and if you guys still need a refresher at the end of the day, I am going to be clipping up the video that I made about this earlier this morning. The pivot point support and resistance calculations are widely accepted as the simplest yet most effective trading strategy. We use this all the time in our technical analysis on this channel. They are well trusted by traders, banks, and all financial institutions as clear indicators of the strength or weakness of the market. They are used as the basis for most technical analyses. The pivot point is the point in which market sentiment changes from bearish to bullish. And for example, let's take a candlestick chart for a ticker they took from TradingView. Not really necessary to guys look at that. Just know that the resistance lines for GME are here, here, and here, all of which we have pushed right past. GME is trading at $246.90, and after hours it has started a small sell-off to be rejected at a new high that it was trying to reach. It's tried to reach a new high of, what is that, roughly 256, and now is trading downward at 2% in the after hours. Meanwhile, for AMC, it seems like we tried to push to $11, got only as high as $10.90, and now is also trading a little sideways, but mostly up on the after hours. So back to the technicals. Relative, while writing this post, GME is hovering around 2617 in pre-market. If 215 can be maintained during the opening, that would ultimately see resistance level 3 becoming a new support line. This would depict a very strong bullish trend that could be aided by the relative strength index. We talked about the relative strength index a lot, but here is a if you guys wanted to catch up, here is your chance. It's a momentum indicator used in technical analysis that measures the magnitude of recent price changes to evaluate overbought or oversold conditions. We literally just covered this 10 minutes ago, but this is going to be another way to describe it. It is displayed as an oscillator, a line graph that moves between two extremes and kind of a reading from 0 to 100. And very, very few times are they ever that close to 100 or 0, only when the stock is really seeing a huge spike, like back in January when GameStop was nonstop going to the moon. Oh, Pitbull82, what's going on? Diamond Hams, apes stronger together. Guys, let's get some scissors in the chat for Pitbull82 and the rest of you for putting your money where your mouth is and getting that bread together. Okay, so below 30 oversold, will rebound and may show divergence, and above 70 is overbought. So the RSI between March 4th and 8th is 68 neutral. The data, we can also just keep watching it here, right? The RSI is right here. As of right now, the RSI is 65.78, right hugging along that 70 range, and it could be pushing around 70 at any time. Now let's see if we have an RSI higher than 70 today. Seems like this might be a little higher than 70. Over back at noon on Eastern time, we saw 74.75. So that is when the RSI was starting to indicate that it was overbought. And as it turns out, the stock started to see a minor sell-off right after that. So indicators mean something. Data means something, guys. Data is king, and that is why we use it. Gerbert's Nakiria, thank you for the super. Why is GME going at 2x the rate of AMC? Is it because GME is more squeezable? Because AMC is at an earlier phase of its squeeze? Very likely, right? It would be nice to see AMC and GME on syncopated paths, one after another, right? We don't have to try to have them squeeze and divert our attention at the same time. One of the other things is that right now for GME, it is becoming a perfect storm of the amount of press coverage, the first mover advantage that it had as the original meme stock, and finally, because it has a lot of the news pressure right now about the DTCC new regulations and the congressional hearings that happened earlier today in the Senate and will be happening later next week in the House of Representatives again. All of these are big pieces for GME to be swinging more wildly. So disclaimers. Okay, so this was the RSI giving you guys another sense of what is going on. As seen in the second image, RSI trend before the breakout is in an uptrend. However, the slope was not as steep as we are currently seeing right now, and when the price really gets high, RSI showed a massive overbought. Comparing this back to the March RSI, that trend is still in the neutral territory and has potential for a more violent uptick as RSI value reaches 70 plus 75 plus region. So that is relative strength index, and we use it in conjunction to understand momentum with the exponential moving average, which is the line in purple, and the simple moving average, which is the line in blue. Okay, volume weighted average price, almost done. This is the line in orange, the VWAP that we are seeing in both the AMC and the GME charts. The VWAP is a trading benchmark used by traders that gives us the average price security has traded throughout the day based on both volume and price. So you buy a lot of the stock at a specific price, that is going to be weighted at that price more heavily than if you bought it with less volume. Remember, volume is king, and the volume and price at which you bought it makes the entire asset, right? That's just simple math. It is important and because it provides traders with insights into both the trend and value of security. Large institutional buyers and mutual funds use the VWAP ratio to help move into or out of stocks with as small of a market impact as possible. So therefore, when possible, institutions will try to buy below the VWAP or sell above it. This way, their actions push the price back toward the average instead of away from it. Okay, so have a good understanding of the VWAP because institutions will be looking at it, large market makers, to try and buy below the VWAP or sell above it. Whenever we are, let's see where we currently are. The VWAP is at 249.52. We are currently below it, so this is where a big institution would want to be able to buy it now. Okay, so the VWAP also does get a little crazy when the markets are either after hours or pre-market, so be careful about that whenever you're using that as an indicator, and almost always never use that as an indicator in isolation. Okay, so this is an explanation of how the VWAP has worked in the past. And finally, we get to our good friend, our final metric right above my head, this green and red histogram, as well as the two lines back to each other. That is the moving average convergence divergence, or the MACD. The MACD, or MACD, is a trend following momentum indicator that shows the relationship between two moving averages of a security's price. They use the 26-period exponential moving average from the 12-period EMA. So a 9-day EMA of the MACD is called the signal line and is then plotted on one top of the MACD line, which can function as a trigger for buy and sell signals. They buy the security when the MACD crosses above its signal line. So the signal line we have here is in blue, right? And it is currently below the MACD, which is in orange. So once again, if you guys are using this as an indicator, the security is bought when MACD crosses above its signal line. If we can use today as a specific use case, we see that the MACD line briefly right before market closes does rise above the rise above the signal line. Then we see a lot of buying action, and that is what we are looking at. When the buying action actually turns into selling action for a while, you see the red here, we notice that's because we had a MACD line dip below our signal line and then back up again to close at a positive place. So Kelly says, what does in the money mean? ITM is when you have an option to buy a stock. Let's say that I want to be able to buy a stock at $100 later. I pay a premium, and then you promise me that you'll sell me a stock at $100 no matter what happens to that stock. In the money is when I can buy the stock at a lower price than it currently is because the strike price, the price that you promised to sell me the stock at, is lower than the actual price of the stock. That is what in the money means. Okay, MACD is often displayed with a histogram, which graphs the direction between the MACD and its signal line, right? Green and red. So MACD is above the signal line. Histogram will be MACD's baseline. MACD in January showed a gradual increase till breakout. The March MACD value is much stronger in regards to the trend. You can see the signal line deviating from the EMA. Linking it back to the RSI uptrend, trend seems to be bullish and does not show any signs of divergence. Outcome? This will be the trend for a couple days to come. And imagine exactly what Trey said. You go up 10%, that's fine. You go up 10% 8 times and you double your money. You go up 10% 12 times and then you triple your money, right? So those 10% ups are very important. And right now, GME, they're not even going 10%. They're going 40% yesterday, 26% today, and a crazy percent up on the days before. Remember when we were trading at below $100? Right now, we have made it from $40 that was trading sideways for weeks on end, all the way up to $246. We were here. I remember seeing the sites here when I bought in at this price, and I am loving the fact that we're all the way back here. Is it a coincidence that International Frog Day is on the 19th? No, it's a conspiracy. It's a conspiracy. Too long didn't read. Most, if not all, moving average indicators show a very strong bullish market on a day scale. Remember, the further away we have the map of the x-axis, the more we see trends that are on a macro view. So that means that this is not just a minor uptrend that might go away in a few days. This looks like it's been building up to a big place. That's why these videos are going to be one of the best places for you to drop your subscribe and your notification bell, because you do not want to be one of the people that misses out on the squeeze just because you didn't make it for one of these live streams. As we can see the trend to continue to follow an uptrend, the resistance level 3 pivot points may become the new support line. It did. Neither showed divergence, which is also a good sign. This is their last DD to the series, and they'll be taking some time to now drink Coca-Cola, Bon Voyage, apes. Okay, well, you heard it here. This is one of the last times that we'll be able to see Coastal Hot Dog give us a DD, and I hope you guys learned a good amount about exactly where this stonk is going. Now I'm going to take a couple of minutes to read your comments and just get a better sense of exactly what kind of questions do you guys have, and what are you specifically hoping to learn from this this wacky, crazy world that we are currently living in, where GME and AMC have been one of the most secure investments during the times of market turmoil. Okay, let's see. We have Lily Berry says AMC 14.3% fee up. You wish saying, I'm telling y'all, you better get in before the ship takes off. SK says, knock, knock, knocking on 11's door. Hey, 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 yeah. We are at $11 on AMC. That is exciting. Right below that resistance level that we were rejected by a couple of weeks ago, maybe a week and a half ago. I keep forgetting exactly when. The days start to blur together, and that is the truth. Oh my goodness. Central Hard Worker says, I'm not sure if I bought AMC for the money or for when my 8-year-old daughter gets older and we go to a movie about AMC and GME, and I turn to her, you're watching What Made Us a Millionaire. Now, wouldn't that be the most beautiful, iconic story? I actually have been reached out by a reporting company already to talk about a documentary about GME and AMC. So this is not even cap. This is just a true part of the story that people want to be able to collect individuals that are interested in making this documentary. And that is why I will keep you guys posted about what kind of story there is. Looks like this is a filmmaker who has a background in business and financial journalism. He's an award-winning filmmaker, and he has worked on films like Too Big to Fail on HBO, Client 9, The Rise and Fall of Elliot Spitzer, We Steal Secrets, the story of WikiLeaks from Universal, and most recently The Kingdom of Silence from Showtime. So this is a director that we might be working with in the near future to talk about the story of GME and AMC, and you guys are in it. You guys are in it. So let's see. Once again, we are looking at whether or not we have some questions, and as I was turned my head and looked to the other way, we have just crossed $11.18 in the after hours for AMC. Looks like, once again, you never rub it in, guys, because yesterday, or maybe during the day, it was GME's time in the sun. Now it is AMC's time in the sun, and I cannot tell you how happy I am to have bought in on Monday. Oh my goodness, so happy that I bought in AMC yesterday. That was a big purchase, good purchase on my half. We also have a higher level of resistance that we knocked against. This one is very minor because we briefly touched it, and then we just kissed it, and then we were rejected soundly by it. So that level of resistance might not even give us any trouble, but this one certainly is. We have talked about how resistance can be a new one in the future, and now that we have started to rise above it, we are starting to now see some sell-off action. So the selling off is going to be something that we're going to keep our eyes on, because now that it has actually risen almost double digits in the after hours, we are going to be pretty optimistic for what happens during tomorrow. Oh my goodness, I'm missing a bunch of supers. Okay. We just Rosa Deza says we just reached $11. Meatball gets a treat. Thank you, Rosa. Let's give Meatball a treat. Meatball, thank you so much for getting us above $11. Couldn't have done it without you. American Gadfly says AMC diamond hand emoji. Thank you so much for the super. And Quinn Allen says, at some point, would you look at Numer.ai? This is a data sci-filled, crowded source project attempting to establish an open point of entry hedge fund backed by crypto. Seems right up your alley. I haven't heard of Numer.ai, and I certainly will look at it. In fact, I'll pull it up right now as you guys continue to ask your questions about AMC and GME, whatever questions you guys have. Hopefully I have the answers as well. So right now we see that AMC is continuing to push a brand new high, $11.40, maybe $11.50 in just a second, but that is soundly above this level of resistance that AMC was rejected by a week and a half ago, and now we are seeing some serious tendies on the horizon. You guys know what this looks like. You guys know what this is. Big green crayons, put them in your mouth. They taste like wax. Big old smiles on everyone's faces right now. Kenny Yu, Jason Hettinger, Jens 1988, James Dudla, Casey Hunter, Jose Delgado, Dale Harris, AMC Tendies, Tolly West, John Doe, and AB. We are getting this bread right now. If you guys came along with me on the journey, I just bought AMC yesterday. Thankfully I did, because it was for getting me up to 30,000 subscribers, which you guys handily helped me do a week ago, and getting Trey up to 150,000 subscribers. Now that both were accounted for, I actually delta hedged my position and decided to buy the stock in advance. I didn't have to. I could have waited for trades today and then bought the stock, but I decided to because I knew the stock price was going to rise based on all the information that we were getting from the day before. That Sunday stream, boy oh boy, you guys better not miss another Sunday stream, because that one was informative. That one we had a ton of extra info about how Monday was going to ship up, and that's why I could not wait any longer, and I needed to buy ASAP. We have 39,629 subscribers, which you know what that means. If we get 300 more subscribers, we'll be at 40,000. And this is happening today, whether or not you're jumping on or not. So I think you should jump on if you haven't quite yet. Out of the 3,200 of you, smash that subscribe button, because we are looking at some pretty positive tendies in the future. And if you don't want to miss out on this rocket ship, you guys are going to have to pay the toll. It's a free $0 toll that gets you right on the rocket ship with Meatball the Professor right back here, and us, Moon Platoon, Mo Monkey Mafia, Apes. Let's get this bread, you guys. Show me some scissors in the chat to cut out all of the paper hands in your lives. The people that said this is not going to happen, the people that doubted us, it's happening. It's happening right before our eyes, and that is why we like to stay in the after hours and give you guys a little bit of color about what happened in the day, to be able to decompress and fully learn. It's kind of like the Veggie Tales. At the end of the day, you have to learn a little bit about what happened and now when the rocket ship, if at all, is it going to come back to Earth, or is it straight off to Mars as we speak? Okay, let's see. We have 1150. Yeah, that was a couple of seconds ago. We have 1170 and change was the high of AMC. We always have our time in the sun, one after another. Right now, it seems like AMC is the one that's having its time in the sun, and maybe tomorrow it'll be GME again. But certainly, if you guys missed my final recap, volume of AMC is at 136 million, greater than yesterday. AMC really is getting the king of volume here when it comes to volume. However, GameStop is lagging behind, only has 38 million. It doesn't even touch the 60 million and change that it got yesterday. Did it even get to 70 million? It might have gotten all the way up there, and GameStop is sluggishly working at that 25% up on the day. Honestly, that's pretty huge. So there's nothing to knock at. We are looking at some pretty significant tendies on GameStop and uncharted territories as well. Remember, we rose above this number all the way back in January, and so the population of people might be entirely different now, which is why normal levels of support and resistance cannot be used as a relevant key. It's basically like trying to compare the Volkswagen squeeze to this one, because there are just so many variables that are no longer relevant, and it's going to be uncharted territory as we go above 250. As it turns out, that is my entry price, so I am now all the way whole, and I'm happy to say that. So let's keep on moving through. Let's keep on making it clear that GameStop is coming back up for all of the apes that bought in a little too late. Now, AMC, maybe it's something that we said, but it is falling a little bit, a tiny minor sell-off from $11.80 and hitting $11.50 right now. It's still doing its thing, and it might be soundly rejected by this $11.90 resistance that it was rejected before a week and a half ago. AMC, we're looking at you. You got this. Take your time, and we'll be patient. Holy moly, people are like, what the heck is happening? It's only Tuesday. Wow. Yeah, not a dead cat. Not a dead cat at all. Sharks in the chat. Dan Healy says, let's eat. 1180. I'm crying. Oh my lord. We're going to Sizzler. We're going to Sizzler. Oh man. I know Matt Kors is losing it right now. Yeah, he's 100% going insane. If you guys wanted to, speaking of AMC, we're going to be talking about it with Trey's over on his channel tomorrow at 11 a.m. So make sure that you guys are staying in touch with both of these channels. The Stonk Symposium is going to lift off soon. We got sisters in the chat. Not a dead cat. We have Mike Harrison says, I am no understanding. Guys, the chat is going a little too fast. We have Adam Smith saying, slice, Dan, 2013. What is this? And JPK, can someone explain the hype over Palantir? Hold on, we're trying to get unhype from AMC and GME, but it's not going to happen anytime soon. We are looking at some major tendies, 10% gain after hours on AMC. That's on top of a 13% gain the day of. That is amazing. L Randall LR1, thank you so much for the super. Bought AMC $40 calls last week on a YOLO attempt, and I'm gonna get paid. Hashtag Meatball Mafia. El Randall, big congratulations on those major attendees. Let us get this bread together. Holy moly. I'm so grateful for the mods in the chat. Thank you guys so much for taking care of the crazy, wacky kids that we are. If you guys have been following the live chat, you know that not only does interviewers on Fox call us crazy, wacky kids, but also Congress people, senators have called us kids that just get too enticed when looking at our phones. Have you guys seen a phone before? This is a phone. Have you seen a phone before? That was what the senator was doing during that Senate hearing. If you guys did want to check that out, that recording is the last video that I just recorded, and I think there were a lot of interesting conversations there, especially about clearinghouse policies. All Boogie says, short interest reports today, tomorrow will be Thank you so much for the super. Vinay Papat, everyone give $5 for my dude Andrew. If you do, the price will rocket on AMC. Let's get rich. I don't think I can promise that, Vinay, but I do appreciate the $5 super chat. I thank you kindly. Oh boy. Let's see. So it's up today. So earnings report post market tomorrow. We are looking at the 19th will be payday. I heard that theaters are opening next week. A lot of theaters are opening actually right now. 90% of theaters of AMC at 25% capacity. So we are looking at some major attendees that you can actually buy at an AMC theater. If you wanted to support your local AMC theater, that might be an interesting way, because they are trying to get their numbers up, because if they can prove that they're a contender, that they're still in the game, it might be exactly what they need. Okay, so it was up to $11.80. That was 10% up on the day. At the end of the after hours, let's see how long it can sustain this momentum. It did get rejected lower than last time, this time at $11.80. It does make sense. People start to try to beat the bull, right? You're trying to beat when a stock is going to be a little too precarious, and people might have seen that last time $11.90 was exactly when we were rejected. So imagine if you were trying to beat the prisoner's dilemma, you might sell 10 cents lower than $11.90, and then if you do, people might follow your lead. If too many people follow your lead, then it becomes a bank run, and then too many people decide to follow the leader. Okay, Gosu Ballardin, devil's advocate here. Just wondering, what were you wondering, Gosu? The chat has just disappeared. Not a dead cat. Not a dead cat, says Andre. Andre, that is a cool name. I actually have a Pilsen glass that has Andre on it when I went to Pilsner Urkel back in Czech Republic. That was very cool. Let's see. Gosu Ballardin says, devil's advocate here. Just wondering, with all the in-the-money calls, wouldn't the market makers have hedged their positions as the expiry date approached and it was likely contracts would be in the money? This is exactly the story, the theory that these institutions are trying to buy these in-the-money calls and far out of the money calls, and then sell them for major tendies as the price continues to snowball. There may be winners that are not retail investors like you and me, and that's something that we just have to consider, right? That's not a bad devil's advocate. It's just very scary and very real. Victor, thank you for the super. I have a 60C 4-1 break even at $118. Does it make more sense to exercise or sell? Not looking for advice, only entertainment. I'm new to options. Honestly, at this rate, 118. So one of the things about AMC and GME right now is that the volatility is due to the FOMO, right? FOMO of people who are too afraid to go all the way in and trying to see whether it's a pump or dump. So they might be putting half of their money in and then trying to scalp on the way up. That's if you guys have been to trades, that trade, the man was scalping Rocket on the way up. People might be scalping AMC and GME on the way up, right? People are just trying to take a ladder as far as they can go without actually trying to go all the way to the moon. And that is a great explanation, right? We talked about how a big shorted stock is just a boulder on a hill, and we need to be able to actually have enough force behind it, a bulldozer, a moon platoon, an ape army to actually push it all the way down, right? So there is, and Gosu also gave you a little bit of what he would do, but unfortunately I can only tell you about what could possibly happen, and I cannot tell you about any financial advice. All right, so here we go. Gosu Ballardin says, asked by a viewer, just wondering, with all the in-the-money calls when the MMs have hedged their positions. Yes, we also just talked about that as well. Very likely for hedge funds, or at the very least institutions, unknown institutions that have fought against those previously, those darn stinking hedge funds. The hedgehogs have been met their match, maybe, right? They might have met matches of institutions that are also trying to ride the wave and make it big on the markets right now. Almost 4,000 of you in the chat. How's it going? My name is Andrew. We are here to talk about the technicals of GameStop. We also talked about exactly what Josh, hey, it's Pixel, said. He is the writer of the Endgame DD that had a lot of you very excited about the prospects of GME, and he has only been talking on the German forums right now, not even the English forums. So that's why it is very exciting to be able to see him talk. If you guys did miss that already, we are going to cover it one more time before we leave so that everyone sees exactly what Josh is theorizing, because hey, it's Pixel made a lot of exciting research for you guys. Adam Cresford, thank you for the super. So hedge fund is allowing me to sell GME and buy it back and not buy AMC after hours. Robinhood is bad. Robinhood is not good, not only because they might not have the network or the clearinghouse deposit or the capital necessary, but because in a heel turn, they will screw you over, right? And that's the loyalty that we do not want. If anything, we just know that Robinhood, if they had a chance to screw us over, would, and they did. And they did. What app do I use for trading? That is a great question, Mr. Triple Fours. I am using this app for trading, which is WeBull. If you guys want to get your own WeBull account, then go ahead and grab it. It's free in the description, and you get 2 free stocks on top of that. A lot of people have been getting AMC, so it couldn't be a better time to get AMC, because that one $10 stock right now could easily become massive tendies in the future. Not a dead cat, says Alex Blunt. Exactly. So while all of you are going to continue hitting that subscribe button and that bell button, I'm going to do one final round on the technicals for AMC. As we know, we have these lines of technical resistance and support. Right now, it's between $11.92 and we have $11.16. Now, that's one of the crazy parts about the making these technical analyses is because when the price decides to bounce off a little higher, that is a question. Now, is this a new level of resistance and support? Well, then if you consider every single bounce or every single rejection as a new resistance and support, you're going to be ending up with a lot of horizontal lines, which is why you usually want to see at least 3 touch points, right? There is only one here. Let's back up a little bit to the 5-minute chart. We might be able to see something more. If we back up to the 5-minute chart, we'll be able to see when the AMC was this high in the near past. And the reason why I was able to even draw these lines was because I looked back all the way in the end of February, beginning of March, when AMC was having a mini moon, a mini squeeze with gamma, and it got all the way up to $11 and change. Okay, can I go a little bit more? A little bit more. And here we are. So this is back on the 24th of February. We were trading sideways at $8 or so, and we hit a rejection at $8.50. So this was at that point in time something that was, you know, maybe it was not meant to be. However, a great amount of volume which pushed the stock price up and the after hours. And you remember from that live stream, the end of the 24th was a beautiful sight to behold. We saw immense growth on the 24th, and that is something that carried us all the way up to a closing price of roughly $10, $9.88. And the after hours, like it is happening right now, it pushed on from $10 all the way to a high of $11.74, where it was soundly rejected. And now that is where we are currently putting a brand new level of resistance, because that was where it was rejected before and likely to be rejected again, right? If you think about being rejected and having that line of resistance follow as a parallel horizontal line through your chart, why do we do that? Well, it's because if the people that bought and sold the stock in the beginning decided that the stock would not be valuable over $11.92 back then, this was only the 24th, this was only less than 2 weeks ago, why would they not think the exact same thing this time around too? That's why we need to pay attention to the levels at which the stock has been rejected by. We also note the conditions right before this squeeze. We are looking at the MACD. The MACD is above the signal line at the very end, and that would have been the scream in your head that says buy, buy, buy. MACD is supposed to be used in conjunction with other bullish indicators, and at that point the RSI was as high as 84.88, right? So this is when the bullish momentum really carried through AMC and got it to go from $7 or so breakout to $12 roughly. So that's a rise of 50% during the last hour, power hour as we call it, of market open, and then into after hours and market and pre-market. Now in pre-market, it actually traded pretty significantly, successfully, between two levels of resistance, one at 1050, 1040, and one at 1118, which is what we mapped out today. It's actually where it was bouncing around a lot for the majority of today. It then started to see a major sell-off. Now this is either a short attack or a major sell-off from paper hands. That's why we need to get scissors in the chat. We need to get them out of here. Get them scissors out in the chat to get the paper hands out of here, because once we actually get close to the moon, we want to make sure that everybody on board knows the risks and is not afraid of jumping off board, right? Moon or bust is what we often say. And if people are here just to make money or scalp, they are going to mess up the Princess Dilemma for us later on. So we don't even want them here to begin with. When we saw that sell-off, we saw a rejection at $10.60, and then we went all the way down to a market close of roughly $8 again. So that was a 50% rise from $8 to right back down in 24 hours down to $8 again. As we see here, we are also now trading sideways for a couple of days, and we saw just a few minor days of growth, now maybe one or two, all the way back up to $9. This is the start of the week of dread for AMC, where AMC starts to trade sideways and downward for a long period of time with the market. So 1 day of downwards trading, 2 days of downwards trading, 3 days of sideways trading, more or less, and then we start to see upward momentum. Now this was back on Friday. We saw mainly sideways trading and a small dip that self-corrected itself, a dip from $8.08. That's a level of resistance that I've been charting for a while. It tried once to break through, could not. Tried twice to break through, could not. Tried the third time to break through, did for a small period of time, and then was soundly rejected and closed underneath $8.05 at the end of the day. And during when market opened on Monday after the Sunday live stream where we collected so much excellent information, the people knew that AMC and GME were in a beautiful bullish position. So when I bought in roughly right around here during pre-market, I was very happy to see AMC start to pick back up. As we also note, the MACD goes above its own signal line right here, making it an excellent place to have jumped on in. If you did, you would have seen a breakout from $8.70 to $9.45. Now, MACD isn't a perfect indication, but it really does show you when the markets are bullish and want some actual extra butter popcorn and to see some Godzilla versus King Kong. You know, Godzilla girls, give me some Godzilla girls, let me hear you. Say how much you love extra butter on your popcorn down in the chat below. Today, we saw the MACD cross above the signal line a couple of times. Here, if you bought, you would have seen a rise. And if you bought here, you would have also seen a rise. If you saw that the fact that the RSI was solidly around the 40 to 70 range, you would have noticed that this was a period of sideways trading that ultimately would have been bullish at the end of the day. You might not have seen the growth you wanted to see during the last few minutes of power hour, but at the end of the day, you would have seen the massive tendies in the after hours market, and which is where we are currently at now. AMC is hovering around $11.50, and that is the saga of how AMC still has room to go. If we take off the auto and start moving upward, we saw that $11.92 was the last and highest point that AMC was rejected back on the 24th during after hours. So most importantly, if you did want to be able to see after hours market moves, because those prices also matter, you want to be able to press the EXT button down here in WeBull, and if you want to move your chart back up and down without having the axes put in place, then you got to press that auto button right down there, and there you go, a mini WeBull tutorial. So we have AMC charted out. We now want to be able to fully understand GME as well, and then we're going to go over to see what Josh had to say just to close things out. We have Phantom Savage says, poor Trey, I think the man is still on active duty and still finds the time to stream, research, and inform us of the latest stonk news. Truly, Trey is the king of AMC. Let's get some gorillas in the chat for Trey. Okay, I see some Godzilla girls in the chat as well. What we want to focus on now is how AMC is how GME is performing, since we have followed AMC very closely. Now, GME right now has pushed beyond the point at which it was the highest point back in the 24th. If we can go all the way back to the 24th, thank you for Hector with the tea, Hector with the piping hot tea. Hector's my best friend and roommate, and he's always coming in with the hydration. Appreciation for Hector in the chat right now. What emoji should Hector have? He should have maybe like, I'll think about it. I like butter. I do like butter in the chat. Andrew, making it rain, sir. Would you guys like that? There we go. Taking off the band of this $10,000 pack of Humvees right here, making it rain. I gotta avoid my tea because this is the prop money company that reached out to me. If you have a business proposition, I want you to send an email to andrewmobusiness@gmail.com. If you want your own prop money, go ahead and look at the description down below. That'll show you exactly how to get your hands on some. Okay, so GME saw a pretty significant rise on the 24th as well, from a breakout point of of much lower, right? $30, $40. You see how many levels of resistance and support there is that we charted out for the past few weeks. That's because we were really trying to hone in on any minor movement. This is how all of these stocks are evaluated, right? Because the movements are so minor that these huge waves back and forth are very abnormal, as it turns out. Oh my goodness. Okay. As we saw a very significant rise up to 122, we saw that this was a trend that will continue into after hours. We even plotted out some after hours supports and resistances here. We got rejected at a $204 high, soundly rejected, and then we get rejected at that 200 figure. It's a mental barrier first, and then if it's uncharted territory, mental barriers are usually first to start with. So this is, excusez-moi. Let me just silence the old Slack. So one of the things that I do want to point out is the fact that you have the ability to change these horizontal lines and readjust your levels of support and resistance, but be careful when you do, because that does change historically your assumptions that you made before, right? So what we have here is when we were bouncing off the prices of 100 and 170, 180. That is where GME started to settle and stayed for a good amount of time. When it was pushing 180, it tried to push multiple times through multiple days. On this day, on the 25th, it tried to put 180 once, twice, and 3 times. It could not get above 180. It was rejected soundly each time, and then GME started to lose steam, and the confidence in GME fell. We saw that GME had a couple of short attacks as well. And now the new level of support that originally was keeping it between 150 and 180 now became the new level of resistance. So that was one attempt to try to break 150, did not work on the 26th. Moving past, we saw that we had a pretty significant number of attempts to try and even break 140, and this at this point in time was not going to happen for GME. It was starting to get pretty bleak until we started to see, instead of sideways trading, we got a good amount of news about GME and its prospects. Now, the original gamma squeeze that was triggered a few days ago on the 24th, that was originally by Mr. Cohen's ice cream cone, and this time around, when the CFO decided to jump off, the CFO jumped off, and then we saw the original first squeeze. This squeeze on the 8th yesterday was caused by a couple of different things. One, we saw that Mr. Ryan Cohen was going to start a new board, and that was getting a lot of people excited about him filling the CFO position. Two, we saw that the DTCC rule over the weekend is going to change a lot of how the hedge funds are going to get away with their usual tactics of using short attacks to get the price down. So this is now something that is going to make a lot of investors very bullish on GME. And finally, 3, we were looking at GME all wrong, as it turns out. We were looking at GME from the perspective of exactly how, as a meme stock, it can perform. But when Forbes started to put GME as an article that started to permeate this, made the rounds and gave the actual institutional investors a look into what the psychology behind the GME story is, that gave us exactly enough news momentum to be able to push GME up, and up it did. It was at 145, became a solid level of resistance instead, solid level of support instead of resistance, and it pushed through 3 levels of resistance all the way to 210. That is exactly where it ended. And now when we looked at it after hours, whoa, hello. When we looked at it after hours, it was already overperforming fantastically. It then, if we zoom in a little bit more, had a breakout of 217, stayed between 2 levels of resistance and support all day, between 200 and 220 and 250, and ended the day very bullishly at 246.90. So 4,000 of you, if you guys like that analysis, gave you guys a sense of exactly what is happening with GME and AMC, this is your chance to prove it. If you like the stock, prove it and put your subscribe button down below. Hit that notification bell because we do not want to miss another chance at being able to describe the squeeze conditions and the win conditions of exactly what's going to happen. When this video is over, come back to it, leave a comment in the description about exactly how you are going to spend your attendees and what exactly moralistic activities you want to do, because they keep thinking that we're kids. They keep thinking that we're predators. They keep thinking that we are doing something wrong when all we are doing is liking the stock, right? And those of you who like the stock, prove it by leaving a comment and tell us exactly what you will be doing with the massive tendies. Those of you who bought in at 40 and stayed all the way through this storm, you guys are the real winners. We saw a lot of YouTubers paper hand. We saw a lot of people who were gurus that decided to go in on the biggest investment of their lives to go ahead and see that smolder into flames. They bought high and then they sold low, but that is the opposite of what you should do. So there, it is time to give AMC and GME their due. Mikey P24, hey man, did you end up buying AMC? If you did, thumbs up. Yes, I did, and I bought AMC before the spike on Monday, and that is me delta hedging against Trey's 150,000 subscriber count. Let's get it. How many shares did I end up grabbing? I think at $8.50 at $1,000. That's a roughly 120-ish shares, and I am happy to hold them. Diamond gauntlets on my fingers right now. Julio says, hey, thanks, Andrew. What do you think about a probability calculator? Does it account for Reddit rallies? Are you talking about a specific probability calculator? Because we've seen a couple of squeeze calculators in the past, and I'm not caught up on if there is a brand new one about probability calculating a squeeze. In my opinion, all it does is just give you a really good context into the weights behind one specific indicator and another specific indicator. So we have a lot of noise in the data. We want to be able to pull the signals out of it. It's just exactly what a data scientist's job is supposed to do. Okay, go Sue Ballardin. Oh man. Let's see. We got Lil Popstar GME. I like the stonk. Yes. We have checking channel. Andrew, I accidentally found you last night. I love the way you explain. Keep it going. I would love to keep it going. We are going to keep it going all day, every day. Oh, man. Let's see. Derek Voitel says, my real thoughts aren't Mo Money proper. Aren't Mo Money proper? All your thoughts are perfectly acceptable as long as you're thinking with data. Nintendo Nerd says, maybe my carbon monoxide detector needs to be replaced. I didn't hear a bell. I didn't hear no bell. That's funny. Oh my goodness. Andrew, you graduated me to Cuban zirconium. You mean cubic zirconium, but Cuban zirconium hands is also a very fun thing to say. So Jason McKinney, thank you for updating us on your upgraded hands. We have tons of videos coming out with snippets from the Trey interview, asking questions about what does he think about $13 call options for AMC this week. Seems like it's going to be a lot more likely, right? Even he might not have been able to bet that AMC only on a Tuesday will be hitting the $12 mark this early. So even Trey probably was going to be a little skeptical of that idea, but a $13 call option would actually be pretty enticing right now for AMC. This momentum is outrageous. It's contagious, actually. Odinson44 says, building a bag end house from Lord of the Rings with my attendees. Now that sounds very, very nice. I would love to see your Lord of the Rings bag end house. We are also looking at something particular, which is looking at the number of exit strategies that there are out there. We talk extensively about the kinds of ways you can exit your position and ways that you can minimize regret and maximize profit. That's a video that's going to come out. We also talk about exactly what dirty tricks the hedge funds can still be up to, because, you know, how low can the stock dip is a question that people are asking who are FOMOing and have not yet gotten on the bus, and they're wondering if they should buy in now or later. We answer that question. Miguel Rodriguez, how's it going? What happens if EPS comes out better than predicted? Would the stock skyrocket? What does the EPS matter? It matters a certain amount. It's certainly important because we are building that expectation into consideration with all the other indicators. One of the most important parts about having that as an indicator is the fact that whether or not an earnings beat happens or not is already been predicted, right? So now we need to be able to see if that prediction is true. So this is a lot of confirmation bias, a circle jerking with the community of the big stuffy investors. They also need to see some confirmation bias as well. Oh my goodness. Michael Hamilton, thank you for the super. I love your channel. Bought 2x 9 calls AMC after dip this morning, and I'm so green. Tendies for everyone. Feeling frisky. May just exercise. Yes, make sure you guys stretch. Take care of your bodies, because how are you going to be able to ingest those tendies if you have no stomach or healthy liver to digest them? Hey Andrew, I hope your channel maintains its level of activity after GME. I've been enjoying your streams and would love to continue tuning in even after the GME is over. Paulo, this channel is about getting your game on, becoming a millionaire before 30, getting six-figure salaries before you get the 6 months deadline, and also learning about passive income and the best investment strategies there are with data. So this channel is going to be high flying even when the GME saga is history, and then we're going to be doing a bunch of book deals. We're going to be doing a bunch of documentary deals for sure, because of the part that we have taken in the GME saga, reporting it, educating it, and making it clear that we are here. Phantom Savage, Cuban zirconium hands equals say hello to my little friend. Oh man. Racer X, does AMC or GME have to hit you? Does they have to hit you to change your titles to Ask a Millionaire? Yes, I will be going the tech lead route after I become a millionaire from GME and AMC. This is true. Oh man. Anaconda, you should ask your girlfriend's boyfriend. Oh boy, you guys are telling jokes in the chat. So one of the things I did want to mention is that the conversation with Trey is going to continue on over on his channel tomorrow, so go ahead and check us out there. Make it clear that we are making some major clips later today. If you see something that's not a live stream, it's because it was cut from this live stream. Premieres do not mean that the video is new or live. It means that it was cut up from this video. So I would appreciate that distinction. I'm also taking out the prices when I do those conversations, so that way you guys don't become confused and get upset when the prices not reflect, because GME is so fluctuating. It is making it basically impossible to have even a day's worth of lag on those videos. So they're going to be fresh videos from the day of. Kendall Gaming, if I wanted to risk an option contract for a quadruple wishing day, should I purchase options that expire on the 19th or contracts that expire after that day? That sounds like a ton of financial advice from me, and I am not a financial advisor, so unfortunately I cannot answer that question. Yum. Brent Cruz says, Andrew, your content is awesome. I love to hear that. Thank you so much. It really helps push through the energy levels needed to be able to stream for up to 10 hours a day and then do a bunch of editing on the side. Let's see. Roaring Kitty tweeted. Is that right? Roaring Kitty tweeted way earlier ago, but did they tweet just now? Let's make sure that we cover that Roaring Kitty tweet, and then I want you guys to make sure that we cover that what Josh wants to say about the current state of the affairs. Have some more money. There you go. Just have some money. Have money. Those are the attendees. My computer is covered in money, and now I can barely use it. If you don't want to get your own prop cash, there's an affiliate link in the description. It's a good way to be able to pretend like you have the attendees that we all know you are going to deserve soon. Okay, the Roaring Kitty did tweet 9 minutes ago. It is just the SNES Wendy's airship, but that already happened. So I'm confused. Yeah, this is just the SNES Super Mario Bros. 3. If you guys don't know who Roaring Kitty is, he's Keith Gill. He is deep effing value, and he tweets and we listen. Honestly, a lot of the stuff that is on his Twitter will continue to lead us long after his lawyers tell him to shut up. Oh man, they cannot keep him down. They cannot keep him down. Let's see. Short interest report today gonna wait? I don't think it's today. It usually comes out on Wednesdays. I don't think it is today. Mug Agal says, your live stream really keeps me sane during market hours. Thank you. I appreciate it, of course. West Tyndall says, can you go over AMC? Just getting here. I had basically a whole 15-minute conversation about AMC. What I'm going to do is I'll clip it for you later, and then you can watch it then. But don't get confused when the prices still show what they showed like 10 minutes ago. Okay? DM says, I am a 3-month trader, bought 2 call options, one for $10.50 strike price and one for $11 strike price. I'm holding to the moon. Can you demonstrate or explain cashing out? You just mean like selling? Because I don't know what that is. I don't know what the sell button means. Oh man. Let's see. DFE is running on Ethernet Explorer. Internet Explorer. Let's see. Bobby Ledger says, if you are thinking about getting into AMC, think about GME being $40 2 weeks ago. It does seem pretty attractive. But remember that even Trey, when he was on the show, we mentioned together that it is ultimately going to be one way or another. AMC and GME are essentially going to be linked at the hip, hopefully, fingers crossed, with different timelines. So hopefully one of them squeezes first, and then we have enough money to take out of one of them, and when the squeeze actually happens, and put it into the other. That would be super ideal. Okay, let's see. AMC earnings report tomorrow. What can we expect? Well, whatever it is, we'll be on Trey's show discussing it. So get excited for that. FINRA data is today. Ooh. Well, let me see if I can. Let me see if it actually gets updated. Now, every single day it has been late. We've been looking at the FINRA report the day before, the week before, 2 weeks ago, and then the week before that, 2 weeks ago, and they have been late non-stop. Seems like AMC is still at 16%, 16.9, so that hasn't changed. And GME, let me look, is probably going to still be at 60.35. That's the number that I have in my brain. Yep, still 60.35. GME and AMC have not yet changed, so right now the FINRA report is not been updated. DM says, I'm holding to the moon. I just want to be sure to. I just want to be able to sure to how to sell them when the time comes. Well, you will be able to know how to sell them because we will be here on the show, freaking out, having a ball, drinking some whiskey, and getting all of this energy out there, and actually hanging on to all of these $100 bills. This is exactly what we'll be doing when the squeeze actually happens. If you have subscribed to this channel, if you've pressed that bell button, you know for a fact that we are going to be in here, in the house, when we squeeze. So you guys, if you are following the channel, you're not going to miss the squeeze. That's a guarantee. Hey Andrew, FINRA is today. Thank you for Ken Fabio. Well, let's see. Well, in that case, we are just waiting for the FINRA report at this rate. We'll be continuing to make sure that the FINRA report gets a fair shake. I'm gonna pull them up on the left, and then we're gonna be, let's just see, let's give it like a good amount of time to see if it actually does come out, because right now it does appear that they're gonna be late just as usual. Let's see. The guitar is not strung up. Yes, it's because it is a prop. It's because it's a piece of cardboard. Sorry, it's a piece of wood, and that's it. Andrew, I've been liquidating my positions in blue chips and things today. It's getting ready for the 19th. I suspect if all goes to the moon, everything else will dip. Very likely. The hedge funds will be selling their positions so that they can afford to be able to cover all of the short positions there. So be prepared for everything else to dip. That is very likely. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to show you my face for a hot second, and then I'm going to say live waiting for the FINRA report. New FINRA report. That's probably going to be too many spaces. And then I'm going to use the restroom. So you guys are going to see chair for a while. Josh Speaks. Don't miss the squeeze. Give me a hot second to pull up the FINRA report. Hold on. There we go. Okay, so we got this. Boom. And then I'm going to show the screen here, and that is currently what the FINRA report is for GME. We notice that 60.35 is that number that we are hoping will change. Hopefully not change too much, obviously. So let me pull this up to make sure that you guys can see. We're going to have GME on the right, AMC on the left as usual, because that's exactly how we do it on the WeBull app, so making sure that you guys don't get confused. Okay, so we have the GME and AMC pulled up right there. And we're going to be keeping our eye on this one. Okay, so right there, you guys we are currently waiting for that FINRA report to come out. Let's see. Stay tuned, be patient. As of right now, you guys are gonna say hello to Meatball and Chair, and we are going to be refreshing this, waiting for that new FINRA report to come out. So don't go anywhere, give it a hot second, and look at Chair. Here, while I'm in the bathroom, let me see if I can add some music. So here's what I'm gonna do. I am going to go to okay, so I did that, and now I'm going to see if I can get music in here. Okay, there you go. So you guys got some music. Look at Chair, and I will be right back with the FINRA report. Don't go anywhere, because this is going to be some important shenanigans to look at together. Oh, you stay there. You stay. The music in the bathroom, it didn't sound that good, so yeah, let me know if the music is off yet. We got Kyle Moore saying, is that a zombies juggernog cup? You legend, if not still a legend. What is that? What is Juggernog? I feel like that's something I should know. If you guys are still here, we are looking at the FINRA Report live. Let me change my ice pack real quick. Let me know if you guys liked that song. I'm not sure if I did. So I'll find out which song that was and cut it straight from the chat. Not every song in the YouTube comments can be a winner. You know? Let me know if the song is no longer playing, because I also care about that. Okay, so if you guys are joining us, we are chilling to see if we can cash the FINRA report coming out. They say last updated is 3.9, but we know that the number right now that needs to change is this 60.35. And oh, actually, they're both GME, so let's change this one to AMC. So we have 60.35 for GME, and we have I believe it was 16.91, yeah, for AMC. So when those two numbers change, then we will actually be able to see the new state of how the world is. Stay hydrated, guys. It's a long day. Oh boy. Jonathan says, dumb question, was today the squeeze? No. No, not likely. Not likely and not true. We've had several squeezes in the past, none of which have been short squeezes. We've had a pretty major gamma squeeze back in January, and then we had a minor gamma squeeze back on the 24th of February. But so far, none of the shorts have covered to the extent that we would need for a short squeeze. So think of it as two stages of a rocket. One of them is going to be the short squeeze on one side, and the other one is the gamma squeeze on the other side. Gamma squeeze is probably going to happen first, and that triggers a short squeeze later. Poo poo bum bum, says Spanish John. Oh man. Give us the chair. You guys want to see chair instead of Andrew? That's fine. Let me just count my tendies. 1, 2. How do you guys count money? Have you guys seen that very old video where they're just counting money like 1, 2, 3. Let's get 4, 5, 6. 7. As a kid, I loved Monopoly money, honestly. So now I just get to fan myself. This prop money is going to be for a data visualization video soon. It is going to be specifically teaching us about how much money, for example, Tesla has lost in the past few days, or perhaps talking about how much money Ryan Cohen is going to make when the stream actually happens. Let's see. He has legs. I do have legs. Oh my god, the chart. The delay seems to be pretty long. It seems to be like a 5-minute long delay. Hello, hold on. I'm trying to read all of your comments right now. Hey, I'm just asking. Hold on. Very loud, can't hear you. Oh, is the music still on? Oh no. Delete. Hold on. Remove. Okay. All right, y'all. I totally didn't realize that the music was so loud. Five-minute delay test? Oh man. For data science, to recommend Mac or Windows? Honestly, Macs have treated me pretty well. Music is so loud. Oh no, I'm sorry. Let's see. Very poop song. We'll make sure that that song doesn't get played again. Let's see. Hey Andrew, just asking. Oh, hold on. Do you think the price can really rise up to 10K realistically? Realistically, it's starting to get more and more difficult, so I'm not going to comment on that. I'm not going to comment on whether or not it's easy. I like the sound of your keyboard, says Bob. Thank you. GME to the moon. What's the news? Says Mind of Sal. Jonathan says, watched your video today about the hearing. Good stuff. Yeah, I'm happy. Song okay, but loud. Yeah. Wish it wasn't so loud. Odd, I didn't hear the music after he came back from break. Oh, really? So some of you heard the music and some of you didn't? Really? How many of you heard? Let's do emoji check. Go ahead and give me some scissors in the chat if you didn't hear the music as soon as I sat back down, and give me some balloons in the chat if the music kept playing when I sat back down and talked for a while. It's 10:31 p.m. says Daniel Fox, where I am. How far behind are you? I is currently 2:32 p.m. for me, so I guess I'm 8 hours behind. We are looking at the GME and AMC short percent of float, and they have not yet changed. I like the video, says Frankie. I appreciate it. Okay, so scissors in the chat. I got trolled? Oh man, you guys trolled me good. Oh wait, Koi Perfect says balloon. Everyone else says scissors. We got Shecky says I hear music all the time. So it's not a 5-minute delay, it's more like a 40-second delay. Scissors in the chat. Okay, so that's scissors, so you didn't hear the music anymore, so that's good. Phew, good. Sorry, I really thought that this was a bad stream because if the music stayed on, that would have been pretty sad. Oh man. Okay, great. Good to hear. Well, sorry about that music. Hopefully it gets better soon. I'm gonna take that song out and making sure it looks. Someone says FINRA on the 15th. Yeah, I don't want to get this wrong, but several people said that the FINRA report's coming out today, so I'm just mind of the masses right now. Oh, AMC did great today. Yes, AMC and GME both did great. AMC did fantastic in the after hours a few minutes ago, and then now not doing super hot. Let's see, you can make it auto for GameStop. Thank you so much. So now that I can see a little clearer, this is the 30-minute chart. Let's make it a 1-minute chart. Scissors in the chat. The volume comparatively to your mic volume is extremely loud. Yeah, I'm gonna fix that later. Or maybe I'll just never do that again. There's not gonna be any music from now on if you look at chair. Let's see. Go Soup Ballerden. He almost pieced his pants earlier. David says, am I crazy or am I the only person that still hears the music? Well, let me just do a check. Let me just hear it because I have the live stream here. Ballerden. No, there's no music. Okay. What's up, Mo Money? How is Meatball? What's up, Lo Kenzie? We're just waiting right now. Mr. Meatball is doing great too. We're waiting for this FINRA report, and as of right now, how about this, FINRA? I'm gonna give you 30 minutes. In 30 minutes, I am just going to have to update you guys on the FINRA report at Market Open tomorrow. But of course, we're always here early in the morning on Market Open, so it's not like we're waiting too long. Right now, it's just a chance for you guys to ask all your questions that you might have. Play your own song on the guitar. That guitar is fake. Yes, the trolls. Very funny. Good trolls. No music. We need the music. Music was fire, they say. I appreciate that. Vic Tran says, thanks for the options advice earlier. There's not advice. They didn't give you advice. These suits and the hedge funds can't digest the fact that this is the new meta in the stock game when GME moons lunch on me. Vic, I'll hold you to that. But I did not give you any advice because I can't give you any financial advice. Wink, wink. Oh, man. Debated. Let's see. Hey Andrew, do you hold any other positions other than GME and AMC? Yeah, I talked about this channel had plenty of topics on other stocks before. I still take ticker suggestions, although it is really exciting to make sure that we cover GME and AMC. Also hurts the algorithm if I don't talk about AMC and GME right now. So I am one a YouTuber that loves his job, and two, a slave of the algorithm. As of right now, people want to hear about AMC and GME, and that's what we're covering. We are covering the opportunities that make you the most money, right? You guys hit the subscribe button because you want to make money and you want to be able to teach your kids about education, about financial education and everything else. That is exactly what we're here to do, and that's the end of that. Okay, Mr. Reed says dates finra.com. I knew it was on Wednesday. I knew it was on Wednesday, but people kept saying it was today. I've been saying it's on Wednesday. Okay, short interest reporting. Oh no, it's hold on. February 26th. The due date is March 2nd, 6 p.m. on a Tuesday. So the last time we did this was when? It was the due date, so this would be the, hold on a second, 6 p.m. March 2nd. Get you a picture of my dog on Discord. Can you please give Finn a shout out, please? Yes, Dr. Outdoors. Give me a hot second. So the last time we were in here, the J Plus says, just got here from the Moon Gain. What a ride today. Launch is condition green. Yes, welcome from the Moon Gain. Let's get some moons in the chat for the Moon Gain here. Moon Platoon is now keeping us going. Andrew cosplayer confirmed. Why? Because this is my Joker cosplay? Is that what you're trying to tell me? Okay, can someone tell me whether or not the FINRA report is coming out today? Because I cannot believe it comes out alternate Wednesdays and Tuesdays. Today is which Wednesday? The 9th, right? So we had February 7th. Wait, hold on. February 26th as a Friday. No, they usually come out on Wednesdays. Is this because... Oh, no, it's right here. It says right there, March 9th, Tuesday. It's an exchange receipt date. Last time that we were here was on the 24th. It was a Wednesday. Andrew, the website says today, March 9th, FINRA. Always reports at 6 p.m., so we have to wait a minute. Okay, so 6 p.m. is 30 minutes away. Okay, so we will wait 30 more minutes. Gosu says something. Gosu, when Gosu talks, you guys should listen. Oh, Joseph Hauser. Andrew's voice is soothing after Matt hypes us up all day. Yeah, thank you. I am the Ambien of the YouTube stock market finance people. Let me just make sure that this focuses up. There we go. Let's see. It says there is the 9th. Yeah, today's the 9th. Today, there it is. There's the 9th. Well, let's just keep waiting. Let's give it a solid 30 minutes after 6 p.m. So 6 p.m. is about 20 minutes away, and now we are gonna wait. We are gonna wait. Gosu says today's Tuesday, ya boob. It is today at 6 p.m. Okay, thank you, Home Depot Hank. For Jane Dots, what's up, Mozilla? Can you check out RKT on iBorrowDesk? Its fees are so high. RKT seems super shorted. If you guys, unfortunately for Jane Dots, if I do talk about RKT, I will get destroyed in the live chat because RKT, I've been bullish. I've been bearish on because it is a distraction, and the reason why RKT seemed like a perfectly good story is also the reason why it's easily a pump and dump that could end up ruining a couple of people's 10D journeys. So unfortunately right now I cannot cover any RKT news. But Gosu says Trey talked about RKT earlier. He still thinks it's a good short play. So I will put out that video about Trey later, and then you will be able to go over there. Okay, Mayor is the chillest. That is true. Hey Andrew, willing to collab with Uncle Bruce? I would love to collab with Uncle Bruce. I would do anytime, anywhere to collab with Uncle Bruce. I had sent Uncle Bruce a business email like 2 weeks ago, also to meet Kevin. So if you guys know how to get in contact with Uncle Bruce and meet Kevin, now is the time to tell me. And if you guys have not yet hit that subscribe button, honestly, it's there, it's waiting, it's about time to get your meatball subs. If you guys like the pun, if you guys appreciate the pun, you gotta go down and hit that subscribe button. That's just the truth. That's just the truth. Let's see. AMC new news from 18 minutes ago. What is it? Tell me. March 9 receipts is for the last one that was due March 2nd. The next one, the next line is what we're looking for, March 15th to 17th. Is that true, Mundo Stream? Is that right? Fresh Jeff, my first YouTube donation. I can't believe you're still live. Thanks for the information, Jamie. To 500, 800. When? Keep up the good work. Thank you. We are staying on track to GME. Just killing it right now. GME is up to 246-ish. That's about 0% up on the after hours. Makes sense. It had a long day and it did get to a pretty significant high of 256. This is uncharted waters at this point. Even though it did get to this high back in January, we can no longer take those as valid points of support and resistance. You, Trey, Max, and Uncle Bruce quadruple witching hour. Trey has it in the works. Okay, that would be really cool. Yeah, Trey did mention that we were the quadruple witches, the quad witches, so let's go. Hero the Hero says, should I unsub to resub? No. But if you have never subscribed, you should. It's really fun. It is really fun. Meet Kevin is live. Hit him up. He is. Well, I don't think he's going to respond to me. I'm just a man. I am just a man. Check WeBull AMC news, please. You got it. You betcha. Let's see. A technical look at AMC's chart from Benzinga. 27 minutes ago. Brief. AMC Entertainment says entered into 9th amendment to credit. What the heck does that mean? Okay. What does that mean? I do not know what that means. What is 9th amendment? Not sure what that means. Let's see. Bruce got the historical perspective. Big old Chicago energy. Oh, I would resend the email because he probably missed it. He said he wanted to do a collab with you. Okay, I will resend the email. In fact, let's do it together right now. I am going to compose the email to Uncle Bruce. If those of you who know Uncle Bruce, it's time to go and tell Uncle Bruce, hi, Uncle Bruce. My name is Andrew Mo, and I am writing a business email to you. Let's see, Joseph M. Ooh, what? Huh? Oh, yes. Okay, so Uncle Bruce, if you guys are curious about what we're waiting for, we're waiting for 6 p.m. PST to see if the FINRA report numbers get changed. Okay, I think I can show you guys this. So here is my business email. Okay. Whoop. Whoop. Okay, whoop. Okay, so this was from 6 days ago. It says, and we're keeping GME on the right side, so don't worry. Hello from Andrew Mo Money, 6 days ago. It's Andrew Mo here. I'd love to chat about doing a live stream together, especially since I had an opportunity to interview Josh. Hey, it's Pixel. Remember last week when I had a chance to interview Josh? That was crazy. Lamar says, do I feel the same way about SOS as I do about GME? No, there's not really anybody that can fill the beautiful hole in my heart like GME. I hear a differing opinion about your theory, right? This video. Let me know how I can make scheduling easier since I know you're super busy, so I gave him a schedule. I gave him a schedule link. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna respond to this email. This is Bruce Fromert at hotmail.com. And we're gonna say, hey, Uncle Bruce. Who was the person? Patricia, right? Andrew, Trey, Bruce, Max, the 4 horsemen of the meme stonkalypse. That's awesome. I love that. Let's see. Oh, Mr. Junior just subscribed. Thank you so much for getting your MBA. You just joined the Meatball Army. Okay, so it's Patricia Mastine. Hey, Uncle Bruce. Patricia Mastine. I'm gonna name drop you because you're the person that said I should send this email. Just murked you. Thank you for reading the news on AMC. Do you know what it means? No, I don't know what it means. What is the 9th Amendment? What does that mean? Our mutual fan Patricia Masnay mentioned that you are still interested in a collaboration video. Please let me know if any time the next few weeks work for you. Let me know how I make scheduling easier since I know you're super busy. And now I'm gonna send this email. There we go, we sent it. Okie dokie. Eli Groff, you have come such a long way, man. I remember when you were starting watching, you had 2.4 thousand subscribers. I also remember you, Eli. Thank you so much for staying with the crowd. Moon Platoon, here we go. Goes to Ballardin at Fourth Eye Innovation. Nah, he doesn't have a pompous way of talking. Who has a pompous way of talking? Me? No. Oh man, 3,400 of you just waiting for that FINRA report to come out. Okay, so I sent an email to Uncle Bruce. Some people are not happy with Uncle Bruce in the chat, but we gotta respect our elders, you know? Okay, so if you guys have any business emails to send me, my business email is andrewmobusiness@gmail.com. Only business. Do not send me your dogs. If you do want to send me your dogs, you have to send them to you have to send them to oh my god, Andrew Mo Money at Instagram. That's where you send your dogs. Okay? We all clear now? Mr. Junior, I'm sorry I tricked you. I had already subscribed. Love to you and Meatball. But do you think shorts I've started to cover? Maybe. FINRA report will be able to tell us a little bit more. But darn, you really tricked me. You really got me there. Dr. Certifiable, thank you for the super. How do you feel about finance people on YouTube that sold GME after the drop? I feel like they never really fully understood the DD or maybe just lost faith, but I feel like the bad PR alone would make you hold. Yeah, people really didn't realize how much bad PR was going to cause. Notable paper handers include... Just kidding, I'm not going to name any because I love all my YouTube brethren on the YouTube internets. So there we go. What do I think about that? I think that one, some people are just afraid, and some other people are they trust their own intuition more than the DD and the research. And finally, the third group of people is most likely you. You are more follow the crowd kind of people, right? The leaders tell you what to do, and you decide to do it because what the leaders told you. This is why we don't give any financial advice on this channel, because we are not here to tell you guys what to do. We're here to tell you guys exactly what type of research you should be looking for to give you guys the technical tools to do it yourself, right? And therefore, you cannot lead yourself astray if you do enough research, which you do. When you respond on my comments, it makes my month on your other YouTube channel. My other YouTube channel. Do I have another YouTube channel? I guess I do, but I haven't really posted on there. Simon Arani, Andrew, how are you? You are amazing. Wondering if your thoughts on Palantir. I sadly bought it at $30. Palantir is a long-term excellent stock for your grandkids, and it has a lot of government contracts, which means it's gonna be as good as the U.S. government is good for it. And you guys think the U.S. government is good for it? Yeah, probably. So in that sense, I would say Palantir, I've done a video about it already. In fact, I was the one that tipped off to Max Mayer, just to claim some credit. I was the one that tipped off to Max Mayer when he asked me what stock I would look at most closely. I said Palantir, and he made a whole video, 20-minute video about it, so go check him out there. Bring Bruce Wayne on. Sure, Bruce Wayne is welcome anytime to come on the show. Gosu says, you're the most humble TA DD data scientist in the YouTube game right now. Pompous comment was directed towards Meet Kevin. Gotcha. Yes. I'm not going to get into anything about Meet Kevin. Honestly, I just don't watch Meet Kevin enough because there is just quite a number of content on there. Hopefully, if you guys would feel comfortable telling me if I'm posting too much, because there's going to be a lot of content coming out soon. Call me out, says Siete. You're called out, man. Hopefully, you guys tell me if I'm posting too much, because at one point I just unsubscribed from Meet Kevin because I was like, this is way too much content in one day. I can't believe there's like 8 videos being posted in one day. Axel Alvarez says, can you do some ASMR? I would love to hear your voice in my ear while I imagine you kiss my neck. Axel, I cannot do that. Someone is staring at me down right now. Can you make it rain? Here you go. We're gonna make it rain for you, Axel, instead. No, stop. Stop it. It's a tsunami of money right now. Okay. So Bruce at night, stock Batman during open hours. Andrea says, I like Uncle Bruce. People forget he was a Wall Street trader back in the day. Of course he loves money. Yeah, I know. I bet he's making more money as a YouTuber now, though. I seriously think that. I like Uncle Bruce, but he seems anti-AMC, so I don't need that kind of vibe in my life. Okay, gotcha. Let's see. Meatball, Bones and Meatball. There we go. Am I Ned Flanders? I think I am cosplaying Ned Flanders right now. Let's get a picture of Ned Flanders up here. What does Ned Flanders look like? Hold on. The FINRA report will be here in about like 10 more minutes, maybe? 10 more minutes. Hopefully. Ned Flanders. Wow. Okay, all I need is a pink shirt instead. Yeah, no, that looks pretty good. No, that's Ned for me. I'm cosplaying Ned Flanders today. Is my official story. When's our FINRA report coming out? Probably in 8 minutes. Honestly, let's hope. Let's cross our fingers. Passing the time right now. You know what's a really good time passer is when you slam that like button, because look at the top left corner. Brandon bought $5,000 of GME today, and a whole bunch of other people bought a bunch of GME stock today. Because of the like counter. So if you guys like the like counter, smash it so that more people can find this video. There's 3,400 of you right now. If we all smash that like button, we were at 3,400 likes. And of course, I know about 60% of you are not subscribed. So go ahead and subscribe as well. Oh man. Thank you, Finance TCETSA. Stop asking me if I'm Ned Flanders. You've been asking me too many times about Ned Flanders. Am I the stock whisperer? Ooh, yes. Yes. What will the FINRA report tell us? It will tell us how much of the stock, of the shorts have yet to be covered, and that'll give us a good sense of how the squeeze will shape up. That's what we're waiting for. That's what we're waiting for. Yeah, I think Uncle Bruce is actually Batman and Bruce Wayne. Yeah. Yes. Phantom Savage says, wow, I did not know that, actually. I own 7 Palantir because of Max's DD inspired me to look it up. Actually, I owe for you that, Andrew. Thank you, Phantom Savage. Coming in here with your cool check mark, checking out these finance videos. Thank you so much, man, for supporting the stream. People are asking about whether or not to switch into WeBull. I mean, you could just open 2 accounts, right? If you open a WeBull account right now, you won't have trouble. At the very least, you'll have an account, right, that you can buy with if Robinhood gets restricted or something happens. So I would say there's no harm in opening a second account and being able to have 2 ways to access the stock market. If you are afraid, if you have anxiety, you should honestly get multiple ways of accessing the market. Get a Webull account, get a Fidelity account, right? It doesn't matter. Just get as many accounts as you can, and that way you won't be locked out of the market, which is what you don't want to happen. 5 more minutes before the report should theoretically come out. Say Oakley Dokley Neighborino. I don't think I will. Uncle Bruce doesn't. Okay. There's some no negative comments. We're keeping positive vibes here. Stupid sexy Flanders. Does Meatball ever move? Let's see if we can get Meatball hype. Meatball, you ready? Wanna go? You wanna go for a run? Wanna go for a run, buddy? Wanna go for a run? Huh? You wanna go? Wanna go for a run? You wanna go, man? Wanna go, buddy? Wanna go for a run? Huh? You wanna go for a run? I never say that. Meatball just picks it up. It's when I take off the sweater is when he knows we're gonna go for a run. So I tried to tell him. Andrea says, I always forget to like. My older millennial brain cannot remember. Boy, the millennials, they are growing old. They are going old. The Threesnargile third says, I'll subscribe and like for an AMC guest price. Well, we were talking about a $13 strike price earlier for AMC. So my random guess is that $13 is the price to beat for Friday. And if we don't beat it, honestly, by tomorrow, I would put my money on Friday. But that is my opinion, not at all an actual piece of financial advice. Eli Groff says, I'm thinking about pursuing a lawsuit against CNBC for promoting AMC under AMCX multiple times. Do you think I have any hope? I'm not a lawyer, so I definitely can't give you financial advice about whether or not I think you'll win a lawsuit. But yeah, I would say probably not, unless you have a whole team of lawyers, and maybe a class action lawsuit might do it. At the end of the day, it really ends up being like, if you are just a regular person, you don't have a lot of recourse over what the mainstream media. I don't want to sound like a crazy person, but there is the mainstream media, and what they report oftentimes ends up at the very most generous part of being able to say it, misconstruing certain things. So that's why doing your own research is so important. I am more like Master Roshi. Roshi. Gosu Ballardin. Gosu Ballardin is talking to someone right now. Mundo stream. Actually, it does seem like it is today because I searched for it on Reddit, and the last time it was released, it was on February 9th. That wasn't the last time. The last one was on the 24th. That's why it's been 4 weeks ago. You know? That was how I got my claim to fame, by the way. That February 9th live stream was my best performing live stream. And this live stream's already outperformed it like the first hour and a half. So this channel's growing. If you guys want to get on Andrew Coin before it goes to the moon, you guys gotta hit that subscribe button right now. Hey Andrew, says Dylan Anderson. Should I wait for an AMC dip or should I buy ASAP? I only have 40 shares at 860. That's a good number. I think I have twice as much as you at basically the same entry price. So I want to say that, one, I can't give you financial advice, but two, AMC and we talked about whether or not it's going to dip again. Trey and I both are under the assumption that there are so many levels of resistance that and support that separates AMC from $5 and GME from $100 that it's not likely that it's going to happen before March 19th at the very least. So there you go. What's my favorite anime? I'm really partial to Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, right? That's a really good anime. Now, more recently, I think Dr. Stone is an excellent anime. And even more recently, I think Food Wars, as much as I don't want to admit it, is a really good anime. Does Bart Simpson ever bother you when I'm streaming? He's a wonderful boy. I would never call him a bad boy. I see that more people have suddenly filed in as if somehow they know that the FINRA report should be updated in 1 minute. If it isn't updated in 1 minute, it's late. And you know what happens? They're going to have to pay a big old fine. A big old fine. But when I say a big old fine, I mean a small fine. Happy belated birthday, Oleg. Can I cosplay Goku in tomorrow's live stream? I mean, my hair is usually up pretty high already. But what would that look like? What would Goku look like? How much product do I have in my hair? Can I do it right now? It's over 9,000. That's not Goku. That's Vegeta. I know. It's one of the only one of the only lines I know from that movie, though. That movie, the anime. My brain is so fried. Jonathan Baldwin, thoughts on GSX gold crypto? Love the videos. Thanks, Jonathan. I don't have any thoughts about it right now, but I will gain some visibility and I will tell you soon. Eli Gross says, I love Dr. Stone. Happy you said that. Attack on Titan, yeah, that's good. We got class action lawsuit against Robinhood. Castlevania, dude, watched all of Castlevania. That was the bomb. Really good American anime. All right, let's see if this changed. 60.35, 16.91. Seems like it's been the same. What if I change this? So I can go and I can change the fundamentals, and then I could do percent short interest. And then I could do 1 month chart maybe. And then I could zoom over here. And now it seems like, hold on, 3 month chart? Uh-oh, this number is lower than expected. 10, 9. Okay, I will say that I'm not 100% adept at using this, but it seems like GM AMC at the very least has a lower short interest rate, but this until it's reflected here, I am not going to say anything for certain. It's still at 16.91 as of right now. So here's what I'm gonna do for GME. I'm gonna refresh. Boku no Beak Pico does it for me. What is that about? You ever heard of that? No, I don't like that. No. Chris Roberts, hey Andrew, do you have your own cryptocurrency, and what would you name your cryptocurrency? Probably be something like MoCoin, right? Or probably something like MoCoin. If you did want to send one-time donations, I'm Andrew Coin on both PayPal.me and Venmo. Honestly, I should be Andrew Mo Venmo or something. That would be more funny, maybe. I'm not sure. Okay, so we do fundamentals, and then we do percent short interest, and then we scroll down, and then we do 1 month. What? This number is too high. Wait a sec, something's wrong. Indicators? No, it is under fundamentals, percent short interest. That's not right. Let me see, 5 days, 1 day. That's not right. No, something's wrong. Oh, here. Oh, here it is. Okay, that's the price. I am a dummy. Let's see. Don't Boku no Pico. Do not. Okay, gotcha. Do not. We repeat. Do not. Oh man. So we have the short interest chart right here. We have 16.9 on the AMC right to the left and 60.35 over on the right. So far, it seems like these charts have not been updated, but we are going to continue refreshing and waiting to see how late they can be. We'll give them like 30 minutes. We'll give them like 30 minutes to come back and give us the good news. And after 30 minutes, you are gonzo. Oh boy. DFV has a new tweet. Go! Okay. Roaring Kitty. This is the same tweet. Okay, you know what? This is a new one. So he responded to his own tweet. And I don't think I can play sounds from Mario. I think Nintendo is very protective of it, so I'm going to just play it like this. Oh, it's terrible. The king has been transformed. Please find the magic wand so we can change him back. Huh? Okay, there's Mario. There he goes. If you guys are wondering what we're looking at, this is Roaring Kitty's new tweet. He's also known as Deep Effing Value on Reddit. He's the person that constantly tells us how it is, does daily YOLO updates on his positions on GameStop. 100,000 shares of GameStop when he doubled down from 50,000. When a congressman asked him to double down, he actually did, and that was very cool of him, putting his money where his mouth is. That's why he is the king of the stonks as of right now. Let me see if I'm looking at other things. Entertain me with your GME prediction by Friday, Robert Ramirez says. Oh, thank you, Raymond's Realm, for the super. I appreciate it. Okay, so is this done? No, not quite yet. So we're still looking at the DFV tweet. The deadline isn't 6 p.m. They can update this way later tonight. It's a submission date at March 2nd. Let's do it at 6 p.m. Oh, is that right, June? Thank you. Jonathan Baldwin, for the record, you've said that about both miners or acquisitions and now GSX. Gonna keep watching. Love all the DD. Thank you, Jonathan. This is true, though. I have a lot of on the backlog to catch up on because the GME and AMC story is just so enticing. Surface Murph says today is my birthday. Oh shoot, gains for birthday. Can you show this Coco Samoyed Instagram, the rose picture, everyone? Woo woo woo. Okay, so this is whatever this tweet was. Roaring Kitty has I think Roaring Kitty is basically saying that this is where he got the video of Wendy's airships. Excuse me, sir, this is a Wendy's. Okay, so let me find that Samoyed. Happy birthday, man! Surface Smurf has been here for quite a while. Aww. Yes. Okay, there's Coco the Samoyed. Happy birthday, Surface Smurf! There we go. Perfect. Perfect angel. Okay, so the GME short interest rate, let's see if it updates. 60.35. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Never posted on time. Hey, never posted on time. Let's see. Boop, 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 boop. Frog Mario is flawless? Yeah. Feeling froggy. Oh, what's up, Lord Weird? What's the occasion, brother? Yeah, we were waiting for the FINRA report to get updated. Let's see if it does. If it doesn't, we'll be done, and then we'll see you guys after a couple of clips that I'm gonna tell you right now. There are gonna be clips from the earlier live stream. There's gonna be a lot of questions from Trey that we answered, and there's gonna be a ton of fun little gems of questions that likely you guys have about the squeeze. So we are here's the pack that we're gonna make together. Okay, 4,000 of you. First things first, take your right hand or your left hand and put it on your mouse or on your device, and then press the subscribe button and then the bell button, and then when you do that, then you decide that you're going to watch each video that comes out, even if it's a clip that you have been participated in live on the live stream, because one, that really helps out people who don't have a lot of time, especially since I've seen some comments that are like, these are 7-hour live streams, who's gonna have time for that? That's why I make these clips, to help you answer questions just like that. And then two, we're gonna also make sure that you guys are giving the video enough retention, right? Watching in the beginning and going to the end. That's exactly what we're doing here. Lord Weird says, welcome to the mod club. Have some mod love. That's nice. Other people are wasting their time. We are making bank. Yeah, we're learning. We're grinding away. Momo. Today was hilarious. No controlling these apes. That's pretty funny. What is an average short interest rate? Below 10 is a low short interest rate. Even in like the high single digits is a pretty significant short interest short percent of float. So that's why above 10 is high. That's how high it was when Volkswagen squeezed. I know you guys don't like the analogy, some of you, but that is how we can gauge a previous squeeze before. Oh man. RY. Ha! Caveman Savage already ahead of you. I already subscribe. Very nice. Love your channel, says Debbie Tudor. Thank you so much. What do you think will dictate GME peak when DFV sells? No, when there's no more shorts to cover. That's the peak of the short squeeze. That's, you guys know this. When there are no more contracts in the money and there are no more shorts left to cover, the price will stop growing, and then we are going to be rich. We'll be rich, and that's why we are excited for that eventuality. Because right now, it is inevitable, Mr. Anderson. It is inevitable. Andrew Meatball, Mario 3 is video game for the younger crowd. Where do we buy video games? And why do we fall, Master Bruce? Where do we buy video games? At the GameStop. That's where. DT says, was here earlier and now back. It's been a great learning experience. So true. We are here to engage you with the best learning materials out there. Actually, you know what? Now that I've been saying subscribe this whole time, I think we're at 40,000. Let me just check. If we're not, though. Oh, we made it! Yay! Whoa! Whoa! What's going on here? Whoa, my God! Oh my God! What's happening? Oh, holy moly! Oh my God! Oh my God, that's incredible. Hey, we did it, guys. Yay, 40,000 subscribers. Wow, this is what it feels like. Well, you guys know the drill. 42,069 subscribers for 2069 is the next goal. So we are waiting for that. You guys, when we get to 42069 and the squeeze has not yet squoze, I'm going to be buying another $1,000 of AMC and GME, and I'm going to like it. I'm gonna like it. So you guys got me up this far. Come on, keep pushing that subscribe button and bring it up to 42,069. 42069 is where we are going. Okay. Let's see. Why am I dressed like Ned Flanders? You know, I dress myself at night in the dark. Because the market opens so early over here. Wayne Wubba just got it and smashed that like button. What did I miss? We missed some stuff from Josh. We also possibly are missing the FINRA report updating here. Let's see. Hi, new here, that is all. Hibik, there's actually a small point that you made that you say there will always be uncovered shorts. There's not enough short shares in existence to cover them all. Well, what you do is you return a share to someone and then you just buy it back from them immediately and then return it to someone else. That is how you can return every share, return every short. If there were not enough, if it was impossible for all the shorts to be covered, then there wouldn't be a squeeze anyway, right? The squeeze will happen and will go to its peak when the shorts all get covered. Can you explain MACD? Moving average convergence divergence is essentially just giving us a chance for us to tell when a series of exponential moving average numbers are moving from a position of consolidation to a position of strength, and it's really easy to tell. When you look at this graph, you have the yellow line. Sorry, you guys can't see the graph. When you have a yellow line and a blue line, when the yellow line is up above the blue line, that is a strong place to buy. Okay, people saying congrats. Thank you guys. Means so much. You guys did it. Woohoo. Congrats, GZ, bro. Need to get her a money gun. Congratulations. Thank you guys. Yeah, baby. Seriously, am I cosplaying Ned Flanders? I am now. Now it's officially canon. James Evans, Andrew, been watching the show for the past month or so. Absolutely love it. Work at a winery in Sonoma. And if AMC hits 20 by the end of this week, I'm sending you a few nice bottles. James Evans, I'm holding you to that. James, I love Sonoma. Thank you so much for the offer. I appreciate that. Let's see. We got woohoo, congrats, woo, woo, woo. Derek says, you're such a great guy. Thank you so much. Bob Lewis says, watching this stream from GameStop as I shop for an Elite controller and spend all my money on expensive action figures. Buy the storks. Buy those storks. Congrats, Andrew. Thank you so much. We got, congrats. Congratulations. What? My meatball's right there. Oh man. Hype up the stonks. Real Mr. Miggs, by my math, March 10th equals National Super Mario Day, and Mario tweet by Whale equals GME crayons and tendies. Makes sense. Makes sense. Congrats, that's DW. Thank you so much. And Bart McTabart. Nothing but Babbages in here tonight. Thank you so much, Bart. I really do appreciate that. What's the best way to know when all the shorts are covered? Well, we continue to follow DD every day, but the FINRA report is one of the best ways to figure out exactly how many, just a guesstimate, but how many, what percent of the shorts have yet been covered. What kind of software program are you using to keep track of your stonks? Yeah, this is WeBull. This is WeBull. If you want WeBull, it's a completely free app, so go ahead and go into the description down below and download it. Even if you don't trust the fact that WeBull might restrict your buying, at the very least, it's not Robinhood, right? And if you have Robinhood and WeBull, that's two different ways you can access the market, and then you can have your Fidelity and whatever. There's a free market, so there's nobody saying you can't have multiple accounts where you put stocks, right? You just want to be able to access the market when it comes down to buying and keeping the price up. So therefore, having multiple accounts is honestly the best way to do exactly that. Congrats on 40,000 subs. Thank you, Chris. You guys were the ones that did it, especially the ones that have supported me. You know what is here? 3,500 of you. Check this out. Check out everybody that has supported the channel so far. This is just a small subset, but these are people that have joined the Meatball the Professor tier on YouTube by pressing the join button down below, or on Patreon, Meatball and the Space Legend tiers. These guys are both on Patreon and on YouTube. I appreciate them so much. And now we are here talking about the FINRA report here. I missed the super. Someone is saying thoughts on thoughts on ICUP. That's really good. I think this is one of my favorite supers I've ever seen. Thank you, Christian. Thoughts on ICUP. That's pretty funny. Callie Monk says happy birthday. What? That's not what we're celebrating? Congrats, Andrew. Thank you. I appreciate that. Oh man. Holy moly. Boy oh boy. So we were at 20,000 subs on the Sunday before 2 days ago. So that means that within 8 days we doubled from 20,000 to 40,000. I don't think our growth is quite done yet. We're gonna try and go to 80,000 and the moon soon. But before that, we have two big milestones. We got 42069 and then we got 69,420. So we gotta make it to 42069, 42,069 subscribers, which is very close. We're only 2,000 away. We should be able to get there by tomorrow. And 69,420 subscribers, which is gonna be slightly more subscribers than we have currently. Okay, so Peter says, hate to break it to you, but the last time we waited for the FINRA report, it was way late. Of course, it will very likely be late this time as well. 60.35 and 16.9. Let's take a look at fundamentals, short interest, and then let's do like a year. And 60.35. That's still what it is. That's still what it is, what it do. Here we go. So that's what we are currently still looking at. Sir, how old are you? Says Mullah Viking. I literally can't tell if you're 20 or 45 by looking at you. Well, those of you who haven't read the description and seen the answer, how old do you guys think I am? Go ahead and tell me your age predictions about how old I am. Because I could be anywhere from 20 to 45 years old. Which is honestly a pretty fair assessment. I barely got carded as a kid growing up in the burbs in Chicago because people couldn't tell how old I was. Let's see. Grind time, C44, up 24K off of 4K worth of investments, GME AMC. Let's go. Somewhere says 16, 32, 28, 47. So let's see what the highest number of people are going to say. 47 seems like an honest try. We have a 46. We have a 34, 26, 31, 26. These are the ages. I think this is the distribution that I would have put. Why would you say 50? Wow. This is the distribution of ages that I would have put Trey's trade at, because he honestly looked like in his mid 30s. But then he is actively serving in the military, so I think that pushes down his age distribution a good amount. We got 69. Heck yeah. 20.5, 12. We got 420. We got 26 like me, not older than 35. Okay, that's good. That's a pretty good guess. Let's see. We got 26, 33, 40, 23, 69, 28. Old AF. Okay, well, we got the chat rate up, which is what we were looking for. So I, as in every single description, am 26. I'm 26, and if you guys weren't aware, Trey is 23. Trey's trades is 23. That's pretty crazy. I can't wait to ask how old Max and Matt are, because yeah, that's everyone's a little younger than you expect on YouTube. It's kind of crazy. But yeah, every single description has 26 in it, as well as my YouTube channel description has 26. So there you go. There you go. I'm the same age as Uncle Bruce. Yes, same age. Uncle Bruce is also 26. We got 69, 69, 69, 69, 69, 69, 69, 69, 69 from Steven Tuazo. Let's see. His age is literally in the description below the video. Well, it's amazing how many people don't read the description. You see why people get mad when they watch a restream of a live stream, because sometimes people don't read the description. Oh boy, old enough. Uh-oh, Roberto. Why don't you have a seat right over here? Rico says, you're older than me. I mean, statistically, probably not, actually. The distribution of this population is probably somewhere slightly older than where I am. Matt is 26 too? Really? Wow. We're the same age? That's crazy. Huh. Wow. Okay, that's very interesting. I like that. Y'all are whippersnappers, says humble electrician. Andrew, what's my blood type? What's my mother's maiden name? Oh man, seems like you four make a killer team. Yes, a 23-year-old, two 26-year-olds, and like a 60-something-year-old. How old is Uncle Bruce? Well, let's check the FINRA report one more time to see if it gets updated. Now we're just hanging out. The FINRA report is like a bi-weekly hangout where we wait for the number, and if we don't wait until like 2 hours, like 4 hours after the market closes, then we'll never actually get to it. People are still guessing my age. So how how long is the lag? Hey, I'm 26 too, says Justin Gulef. Let's see. Adil Luma says GameStop closer to 246.90. There's a 420 and a 69. Really? 69. All right. I do like it. We have I'm 200 years old over here. Oh, your placement in the description is not in a very ideal place. Fair enough. I do have a lot of stuff I need to fit in that description though. Bruce is 65. Wise old 65. Collab with Bruce, please. If you guys were here a second ago, I literally sent Uncle Bruce an email 6 days ago. It says, from another YouTuber, hello from Andrew Mo Money. And then I sent him another email just now. Hello, Uncle Bruce. Our mutual fans mentioned that you are still interested in a collaboration. Please tell me if this is true. And let's see if Uncle Bruce responds. Tristan Olson says, thoughts about AMC today, prediction tomorrow. That after hours candle was crazy. Congrats, you 420 smoke master. I have not gotten to 420 anything yet. I'm only at 40,000 subs, but I appreciate that. So that after hours candle was crazy. Yeah, I agree. I think that AMC is probably going to pass its $11.90 mark tomorrow, and whether it stays beyond that is yet to be seen. Oh, Gosu says, can we get a too long didn't read for today's stream for everyone new in the chat? Sure thing. So 3,200 of you. Let us see what we have to do. Blake says, dang, yeah, hella tight. Thanks. But gotten into investing and learning about it early in life. I got into investing like in grad school, so I definitely didn't have the financial education I wanted to have back in college. So there you go, right? You have to start somewhere, and you can start anywhere you want. Actually, there. He can keep 100% of the ad revenue. That doesn't matter. I just want to go on his channel. GME News. I can't believe so many of you have this perception of Uncle Bruce that he all he wants is donations. I guess I haven't really watched his live streams long enough to have a opinion of my own. All I've heard is just good things from Uncle Bruce. Oh, please check Fintel. It's updated. Well, this is not Fintel. This is FINRA. Fintel and MarketWatch likely are going to have numbers that get updated beforehand, but they're almost always different from FINRA. So therefore, FINRA is a completely different beast. Whew. Okay, so too long didn't read for the 3,200 of you that are here. We have a FINRA report that is going to be late as usual, and we have a Josh, which is Mr. Hey, it's Pixel, that put out some very interesting DD, but only on his German community, not the English community. So therefore, we're gonna have to read it in the German community accent. If you guys are ready for this. Hey, it's Pixel just shared. This is my German accent. Are you guys ready? Hey, it's Pixel just shared his thoughts about what is currently happening in the German community. Here is the English translation. Okay, are you guys ready for my accent? Here we go. So my reasoning, what we're seeing right now is not yet a gamma squeeze or a short squeeze. People are buying GME because they are so slowly coming around to the idea that this is not a pump and dump and are more concerned with the fundamentals of GME. It got a very big boost from the news that Cohen is likely to become CEO. Subsequently, hold on, I want to be able to read what you guys are saying here. Why are people so salty about Bruce? I guess I'll find out soon. I am a little salty that he's not responding to my email though, because it's been 7 days. I respond to all business emails within 7 days. Uncle Bruce will charge me $400 an hour. That sounds like a steal. Okay, wait one sec. MarketWatch says down 26% by 4. What does that mean? Down 26 from 60? Okay, we really talking about Uncle Bruce in here. Anyway, here's the English translation. Subsequently, GME has already shot up from around $130 to $160 in the pre-market as a result. A few minutes after the news was released, the stock went from $135 to $155 within a few seconds. This supports the theory for March 8th. Throughout the day, we have seen healthy and steady rise from $160 to $194. In between, we have already kissed 200 and 210, but both times they fell back. The first time was a giant sell wall at around $200, and the second time was a short attack. They think the same exact thing happened today. The price went up immensely in the pre-market. What accent? Yeah, here's my accent. Are you guys ready? You guys ready for my German accent? Here it is. You guys ready for my German accent? Here we go. The first time was a giant sell wall around $200, and the second time was a short attack. I think the exact same thing happened today. The price went up immensely in the pre-market to $245, and then dropped back to $220. Just a lot of people bought into GME here because of FOMO and some paper-handed, and brought the price back to $220. This is important to note as you guys read this one more time. I'm going to read here. Personally, I just prefer to see you collab with Matt and Trey more. Yeah, Matt and Trey are real cool guys. They respond to my emails. Let's see. Hey Andrew, read your description. I know that you are 42 years old in 69 days, and I was wondering what your 9 streams of passive income are. Banana farm for the apes. I think that's my pinned video on my channel, so go ahead and go check that out. Unless you're already subscribed, and then I think it's the Pixel interview instead. What do you guys actually want to see as the pinned video? Because I don't know. Great accent, right? People like it. Asian accent, please. Okay, here it is. Here's my Asian accent. You guys are gonna hear a lot of accents today. Still, we opened with a plus of almost 20%. The one rise from 220 to 244 at about 10:30 was, in their opinion, a tiny little mini gamma squeeze brought about by market makers buying shares to allow options to be exercised. The real gamma squeeze is yet to come, as in the run-up from 200 in the pre-market to $245 alone, with 25,000 options were in the money. This will still require massive share buying either today or tomorrow, especially if we close above 250 today. Then just under 14,000 to 15,000 options will be added to that. So if you convert the increase from today alone, around 4 million shares would have to be bought. Well, unfortunately, we didn't close above 250, so actually only 2.5 million shares have to be bought to cover today's in the money calls. If that doesn't make sense to you, we are going to try to educate you. Right? But basically that means a lot of buying has to happen because a bunch of people placed bets that the price would get this high, and then it did. So now we have to buy. A lot of crabs in the bucket energy. Oh, humble electrician. That German accent is fire. Yes, thank you. I understand your German accent as much as your English accent. Props. Yeah, it's pretty good. Mr. Junior says, I don't want to bother you too much, but I'm curious, with your 12 shares, could I theoretically hold until it hits 1 million? If no one holds anymore, if no one holds, man, the price is gonna fall. That's the only difference between holding and not holding is selling. That's the only difference. So if people sell, the price will go down. So even if you're the only one that holds, you will not be able to get to $1 million. The real gig. Thank you for the super sup, Andrew and Meatball. What a great day. By the way, Bruce is a really nice guy. I did a one-on-one with him lately. Please tell Sander P is a true legend. Greetings from the Netherlands. Okay, Sander. We are going to use you to draft another email that we're not going to send yet because we don't want to send too many emails. That will make us feel like we're a little bit too aggressive about it. So we're gonna prepare an email, and the email is gonna be like Sander P from the Netherlands said you are a true legend, and then we're just gonna get ready in case Uncle Bruce still doesn't want to hear what I have to say about the stonk. That is the best Asian accent ever. Thank you. You sound like freedom. Now English? Okay, here's the English accent. Here we go. Ready? You guys are funny. I like that. And here's the English accent. Okay. My conclusion, the $20 jump intraday today was a tiny glimpse of what is to come. The rest of the people who see long-term value in GME right now or are buying FOMO because of the squeeze. So things are very quiet right now. There is a steady but still significant rise. Why is the volatility not as high as in January? In January, the situation was unique and unprecedented. Many sides were unsettled, including hedges, and therefore there's a lot of FOMO buying, panic selling, and a small closing of short positions. Back then, we didn't have Angelo Money telling you what's up, so you guys don't freak out, right? Now we have some education, some information having here, so people don't panic, right? Make sure that you don't panic. I bet you speak fluent Navajo or Navajo. I don't. I don't speak Navajo, unfortunately. Jezebel, Andrew Duff has the best accents out there. Thank you. I appreciate that. Can you do an Italian accent and memorialize the Mario that was playing the background earlier? Okay, fine. But you guys are really pushing me. My Italian's not the best, but I will try my best, okay? All that made for gigantic swings, and that's exactly what's happening. That's what's not happening anymore right now. These hedgies don't have a final card as all of their backdoors are open, and not many people know how the game has been rigged so far. But now you guys do. Now you guys know exactly what is happening. People finally have diamond hands. Hold on. People still have diamond hands and don't sell out of panic, even if the price just drops to $30, because they know that the rebound will always come back and will be higher than the price the dip started from. If they've forgotten anything, blah blah blah. Always Josh with the like a very humble way of going with it. Andrea says you almost had our accent down, but it was way too upbeat. Sorry. Sorry. Let's see. The deep voice was nice, thank you. That's just my regular voice. Okay. So once more, we are going to try and see if the FINRA report has been updated. So that is my Uncle Bruce email. And then we're going to look at, oh geez. Okay, 16.9. It's going to be updated tomorrow. I'm going to be covering it tomorrow, don't worry. 60.35. Let's see it. 60.35. Yeah, 60.35. There we go. So nothing has changed. Let's just look at the fundamentals real quick. Short interest, put it out to a year to date, and hello, short interest, 3 months. 16.9. So there you go. So the number has not changed yet. That's okay. We are going to cut the stream now, and hope you guys have an excellent day, because we have a ton of information that we still currently have. I think if you guys like being a supporter of the channel, like these guys over here, that join button is waiting for you. It really does support the show by putting your tendies where your mouth is. If you guys remember the promise, it was to tell me what you are going to do with your tendies, either start a business or start a nonprofit or do something crazy with it. Whatever it is, after this live stream is over, put it in the comment section down below, because comments also helps the YouTube algorithm push this video. If you haven't yet liked this video, thank you for the 2,000 likes, and go ahead, like this video. Go on, don't be scared. Down in the description, you'll find a lot of the brands that I trust, such as this prop money making company. You guys can go get your own prop money. You can also go and get a WeBull account. This is exactly the same application that I use. I like it. I am a data scientist that uses it, and therefore you should think about getting it too. You can get up to 25 free stonks if you get it now, and that is one of the new promotions that they're doing for a limited amount of time. And a lot of people have been saying that they're getting AMC specifically, so WeBull is giving out AMC stocks. Go get yours for free. And even if you don't think that WeBull is trustworthy, or perhaps you don't think that these kinds of instant brokers that have $0 commissions is trustworthy, you should still open up an account so that you have another way of accessing the market entirely free. This is an important point. Finally, if you have not yet gotten your $250 in free Bitcoin yet, Bitcoin continues to climb, and if those of you who got your $250 in free Bitcoin back in when it was like 43,000, congratulations. And those of you who have not yet clicked that link, go ahead and get up to $250 of free Bitcoin. Hit the like when that live stream is done. Check out all the videos that will be coming out soon, because you know it, you love it. Those videos are going to help you propel into opening hours next day. So tomorrow I'll see you when the market opens, but for now, but not for forever, I hope you have an awesome day, and I'll see you guys in space. Peace.